2.
It is Monday, February 20th, President's Day.
That's right.
But guess what?
Give it up for the presidents.
We don't care about I don't know what's the hip hop line. They go, the dead presidents don't represent me.
We don't care.
Right? You know that song? Down for dead president. It's like Nas, I think.
That is Nas, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, apparently I'm the only hip hop head here.
So true. You're
Yeah.
so real for that, Ethan.
I know. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, guys, it is President's Day. I hope you guys are having a nice day off. You know us. We come in, we work. It's Monday. We're here to entertain you. Rain, shine, presidents or no presidents.
The presidents, they never get a day off, so we're honoring them by being here today.
Well, they actually probably get like way more time off than any of us.
24 hours. They're on call, baby.
How long was Trump golfing? Like 6 months of his.
He's working. That's
every
work.
Year.
That's work. You wouldn't understand.
We're talking
high value alpha males when they're on the golf course. That's work, dude.
No. Closing deals, hitting balls.
I had to beat off.
Who's this episode brought to you by?
Thank you so much to our glorious and wonderful sponsors, Kudos and Stamps.com, who we love. Now, we've got today a very interesting episode. We're having a special caller in an hour that I'm going to be having a conversation with, and I'm very, very, very excited about and looking forward to this conversation. And I hope you guys stick around. I don't want to spoil it, but I hope you guys stick around for that because it's going to be very, very interesting.
I am so excited.
For our really lovely guest, frankly. Super interesting guy and with an incredible background.
It's not Anuk. Let me just put that.
It's not a Nook. I wish I was.
That's what the chat's all saying.
I wish.
We're still working on getting a Nook, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he needs to. Come on, give me that response, Nook.
And no, it's not. And no, it's not Jordan Peterson either. It's nobody that anybody will ever.
Nobody will see it coming.
It's yeah.
Thank you, Michael, for the gifted. But one of the most interesting dudes ever with this incredible background, and he's accomplished something that people thought was impossible. And
many people said it was impossible.
Yeah, so I'm genuinely excited. I'm not kidding. I know some of y'all probably think I'm kidding. I'm not. Also, just a heads up, that Teddy Fresh last sale is still going, although I think a lot of the stuff is gone. It's moving fast, folks. Here's your last chance on Rick and Morty gear. A lot of people bought this even after my enthusiastic sales pitch of the Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty, guys, good for wearing in the house when you're by yourself. Probably not even good for when there's guests there. You know what I mean? Because then it turns into, hey, wasn't the Rick and Morty guy do all this stuff? And you support him? Yeah, so you don't want to wear that. Like this, for example, this Rick shirt, that's a tough sell. Because he did the voice for Rick. Everybody's gonna die. Teddy Fresh since a few years ago. Right? Really nice, cool graphic though. But yeah, you can't wear that outside. So there it is. Huge discounts. $18 for that. Thank you. Peace and love. That's Teddy Fresh. Go to the banner. Oh, there's last chance here. Just click that. Money. Give it to you. Thank you to Mai. More importantly, today's my birthday. Let's go. Happy birthday, Mai. My dick's erect. Very nice.
Got him.
You got me good there, bucko. Also important show note. I just clogged the toilet before we went live.
Facts.
I was panicking. I was sitting in there. And it wouldn't go down. The water line is dangerously high, by the way. Because, you know, whenever it clogs,
one of those.
You throw up a prayer. You say, just, God, please, just whatever. Sometimes the pressure sucks it down. Sometimes, you know, there's a divine intervention and it goes down. So I held the bar. I held the thingy down. What's the thingy?
The
The
thingy.
lever?
The lever. Okay, so there's not really an official name for that. The flusher?
Toilet seat handle?
The flush?
The flusher. So I held the flusher down,
I'm just gonna fart.
and then, Dan, what are you talking about? And then the water comes all the way up, and I'm like, okay, I gotta stop. And there was no plunger in there. This was like 2 minutes before the show was gonna start. I what's up everybody in panic. The whole group. I said, the toilet's clogged, don't know what to do. I can't leave this here.
I'm glad you didn't bring it with you.
The turds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you can't leave it there, so.
It's called a flapper, by the way.
Okay, so I'm not crazy. I never heard that in my life.
Me either.
A toilet flapper? Ain't
The
nobody calling it that.
flapper?
There's shit all over the floor.
Maybe people in the biz,
What?
you
Oh,
know.
no, wait. It's not the flapper. The flapper's inside.
Okay, bro, you're my fact checker.
It's not. It's confusing. Hold on. Okay.
You just
The diagram was pointing at it, and it said this is the flapper. But then when I read it, it says that's at the base. All right. Come back.
Google
to me.
letting you down. You can't. These Google like suggested answer things are wrong.
I know.
That's why we
I
need
was in
AI,
it.
bro.
I was in
They've
it.
gotten so bad.
tank lever. It's called tank lever.
I'm
Tank
seeing.
lever. That's like so.
I'm seeing tank handle.
Shit's
said that
coming out of
first?
my.
Who said
I said
lever?
handle. I think.
I said lever.
I mean, this all makes sense. You got the valve, the flush valve, the seal, the lever. Okay, the lever, the tank lever.
Tank lever.
The bowl. That's where you shit.
Right. That's the shitting chamber.
I feel like bowl doesn't adequately. Bowl reminds me of something I eat a cereal out of, not something I.
Right.
shit
I don't
in.
like it being called bowl either.
Toilet bowl, maybe.
So, what's the state of the bathroom right now?
Yeah, so I knew I had to come do the show. I didn't want to be too late, so I put boxes in front of it, and I said, I'm warning y'all,
Do not enter.
do not go in there. I'll take care of it after the show. There's another bathroom before you guys panic.
We're okay.
But I'm hoping
You're not allowed to use that other bathroom though. By the way,
That'd be awesome if I
until you go plug the other one.
But I'm hoping that in between now and the end of the show, God will have done his thing to intervene.
Sometimes it does work that way, you know.
It really does. It really does. And so I say up a prayer to God, Allah, Adonai, whoever the fuck's up there, the God of their turds in the toilet.
Human fecal matter.
I think that's you.
Oh, I'm a God. Thank you. I'll take godhood.
That's the good bathroom, by the way. Just because the audience doesn't know that's our good bathroom that got clogged.
That's the good one.
That's the good one. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, that's kind of just what happened. It was kind of pressing on my mind, kind of like the turds on the bottom of the toilet pressing. And I wanted to share that with you guys. So happy Monday. Happy Monday. Into the toilet. Yes. Thank you. So let's see. We got some top of the stuff show. So let's just have some fun. And then at 1 o'clock, we'll jump into this conversation.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Yeah. On Friday, we did a call to arms to all of our video editing Fupa troopers out there to do their worst with a bunch of green screen footage we took. Now, submissions are still open. This tournament ends next Friday, right?
Yeah.
Do we want to clarify on where to submit these? Because we didn't really. Just post this to the Reddit. We're going to see them all. Okay. Post them to Reddit, Ian says. So here's just an example of some of the good ones that have been floating to the top that I think you guys will enjoy. Maybe to motivate some of you guys, but here it is. I've been surprised, man, by some of these.
Hey, watch where you're going. Learn to drive, you fucking old dumb bitch. Hey, watch where you're going. Get the fuck out of the way.
It was me. I caused the crash. Oh, man. It was me. That was great.
Oh, fantastic.
I got nothing to do with that. You understand? Hey, keep me out of this. I don't know nothing about nobody. All right?
That's all, folks.
Awesome. Some really creative applications, I must say. I thought that was great. That one comes from the wonderful Fupa Trooper named Netpiz. Here's a Gordon Ramsay pesto one. Oh, brother, this is going to be rough.
The chefs are preparing. Customers are getting ready to eat. But Gordon steps in.
Cook me a lunch out of this kitchen. So that's the pesto.
Oh, dude, that looks just like my shit. I can't. That's literally it. The white chunks and everything. Wait, is that my shit?
I think that.
I think that's actually my shit. Oh my God. That's my diarrhea. Bro!
Pesto I had for lunch. I've eaten this shit. How dare you?
I'm sorry, Mr. Ramsey. That one's not even the green screen footage as much as that edit. Oh my God. That was shocking, actually. And of course, a Mobility Mary one. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
To the Queen. We love and miss you so much. The pesto one was brought to you by
It's now
Fill Up with Food. Hopefully not the pesto. Here's Mobility Mary. Shout out to the creator here, Tanner San.
Hey, watch where you're going. Learn to drive, you fucking little dumb. Hey, Granny, get off the road.
Very good, very good. And there it is. I mean, lots of good stuff happening here.
Yep.
So keep them coming, you guys. This is super fun. The winner gets 500 clams. Second place, 300.
Yep.
Third and fourth, 500! 100 each. Yes, thank you. So that's fun. I haven't watched this. So we blurred this out. Adin Ross now. We talked about how he's starting this new platform on Kick. Where he can just basically do fraud there for the time being, of course. It will catch up with him. So he's just been streaming straight up prawn.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Is this blurred enough?
It's double blurred.
It's like mega blurred. Can't even.
Yeah,
what's going on.
It looks like a fucking old pixel game blurred.
I don't give a fuck. Porn? Bro.
So why is he doing this?
What do y'all want to watch on Pornhub, bro?
What? Just because he can?
I think so.
What do y'all want to watch, bro? I don't support porn. Like I don't support the shit. The fuck do y'all want to watch on here, bro? I don't support the shit. I don't condone it. I don't support it.
Some of those pixels are still very suggestive. It's almost like an art project with how, like you see the colors here and you already know.
The fuck do y'all want to watch?
That's good branding.
Here, bro. I don't support the shit. I don't condone it. I don't support it.
Like there's so much pink going on there. You wonder.
What the fuck do y'all want to watch?
Like look at what's happening there. You know what I mean? Makes you wonder.
Yeah, I gotta go down.
Come here real quick.
There's no fucking way.
What?
You're just
Bro, I don't know why he thinks this is a flex. It's odd.
Very strange.
Yeah,
Just watching porn with the boys.
In my opinion.
Yep.
This website is so dope. I can straight up watch porn and do fraud.
having this on stream.
Is that bad?
What? Why don't you just like rate videos for them?
Do what?
Rate videos for them, like 1 through 10.
I don't watch porn. Have you ever seen 2 Girls, 1 Cup?
Ew.
This is dumb. This is stupid. Stupid. Idiots. Yeah, so that's that. Just a little update. I guess people are mad because we don't know the age of his fans.
Well, at the end of that clip, he realizes and he's like, wait, chat, how old are you all? And then you see on the sidebar, I mean, it's kind of blurry, but
hey, you know what's great about this chat? They don't verify your age. They don't do any mature checks. It's all free, baby. It's free.
Free speech.
Free speech. Wait, so here, let me
do you not like free speech?
Not as much as Adin Ross.
In the chat, bro.
Shit.
Chat, do y'all still beat your meat, yes or no? I don't want to watch this shit either, bro. It's bad.
Like, what the fuck do you have pulled up?
Yeah, this is stupid as fuck, huh?
Yes.
You get a little hard?
No.
Cap.
Feel it.
Feel it?
What the fuck?
That's funny.
Cheesy?
I'll be back.
Like right here.
Wait, how old are you guys in the chat, bro?
There you go.
Yeah, so you know Adin Ross fans are mostly little kids. Like they're in third period right now watching on their iPhone.
Kids loved Hitler.
Jesus.
Yeah, bro. This is who you become.
Okay.
This is who you become, bro. You're literally showing porn to children.
Look at the chat's like 15, 14, 16,
3,
9,
14. Also, these kids are watching, who knows? They're on the playground. They're with their parents at fucking Applebee's. You know, there's got to be some expectation that you're not going to pull up certain types of things. Church, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, what episode do y'all want to watch?
So that actually might be. I wonder if it's potentially illegal to show that to the audience. Like, you
Possibly.
You know what I mean? Because like if you go to like Pornhub, they have some age gating where they're like, hey, you consent that you're like 18 or whatever, old enough to view this. But Adin doesn't have the ability to do that to his audience, and that makes me wonder.
And the website does have TOS, so the website says, oh, you can watch this website when you're 14 or whatever, probably. So there's a common like agreement that there are 14-year-olds on the site.
Right, that's how I understood.
14, yeah, that's not old enough for.
Yeah, definitely
not old enough.
On page 14. Because the website doesn't say 18, right?
I'll be
Surely
honest.
not.
The shit you see on Pornhub, you're never old enough, honestly. and this is after they've cleaned it up. You remember before there was like a day a few years ago where they erased all unverified content, and now looking back, I'm thinking like how crazy it was.
Didn't they get sued big time or something, or like something happened?
Yeah, they were in some trouble. I think about some of the stuff being like
Some of the girls were underage or some shit.
Yeah.
because they
didn't actually check.
There's just too much content. Yeah, that they were submitting.
Right.
Crazy, huh?
Floating milk porn.
Well, shout out Adin Ross. He's definitely on a winning trajectory here. So love to see it. You're doing great, man. Keep following Andrew Tate, man. Alhamdulillah or whatever. He's become Muslim, right?
Mm-hmm.
Praise be. Super Bowl week 1 and porn week 2.
On Kick, yeah.
They're off to a great start.
Yeah.
They really are. Well, okay. I don't want to talk about that shit anymore. It's like they're owned by state. It's already owned by like a mafia criminal organization. It's awesome. There it is. Okay, this pissed me off. And I'm pretty sure that the reason you don't see it trending more on Twitter is because Elon's censoring it. Because I have not seen this once on trending or the For You page. But everyone's getting this message. You must remove text message two-factor authentication. Only Twitter Blue subscribers can use the text message two-factor authentication method. It'll just take a few minutes to remove it. You can still use the authentication app and security key method. To avoid losing access to Twitter, remove it. So the burden is on you to go remove a service that they offered you, or you'll get banned. You'll lose access because of a fucking security method that they offered to you. Now, what's crazy actually is they said that the text two-factor is unsafe, and that's why they're removing it. Which, of course, makes no sense, because then why would you offer it to Twitter Blue?
Right.
If it was unsafe, you wouldn't offer it to Twitter Blue.
You would just turn it off entirely.
He knows that. I would assume 99% or even more use the text.
Yeah, I mean, I think that using the Authenticator app is more secure. Like, that's not false. But like you said, if that was the concern, they would just remove it entirely, not put it behind a paywall.
Money. Right.
Yeah.
Money. Can you get... They wrote somewhere where they justified it as it wasn't secure enough. Can you guys find their statement on that?
I don't think it was it was just like,
or maybe it was Elon.
It was just a must tweet. I mean, that is all of the communication from Twitter nowadays.
This is all
just
obviously
random tweets.
So I'm sure that 99% plus are using text two-factor, and let's be honest, for the vast majority of people, that's enough. Nobody's trying to hack into your fucking account who's like, you know, Kevin who works at fucking Chase Bank. Well, maybe Chase Bank. Well, that's pretty secure. Actually, pretty sketchy. You know what I mean? There's no social media platform that has ever done this, and also who doesn't have text verification, because it's the most standard and it works great for most people. It's better than nothing. And the result of this is going to be that it's going to turn off for 99% of the people. And then, as he says he's worried about their security, well, you know 99% of the people that gets turned off are not going to switch over to the app or security key.
Right, they'll just turn it off.
And then all these people are actually going to be at a massive high risk of getting hacked. Do you know, like, two-factor is not perfectly secure, but you have to, like, social engineer your way into the mobile carrier and have them send you a SIM card. Like, it's not easy to do.
Right. It's doable, but not something that's happening to everybody, like you said. And if you're a high risk of getting hacked, or you're like a big account or something,
you know.
Yeah, you probably should use an authenticator.
It's not easy.
Text is infinitely better than nothing.
Right.
This whole notion going around that text isn't good, it's so silly. If you're not a famous person or public figure, you're not really at any risk here at all. It's just so silly. Now, are they actually going to do this? He says, to avoid losing access to Twitter, remove text message authentication by March 19. So there's no fucking way he's going to block everyone that doesn't.
Well, I think at that point, you just won't be able to continue into the app until you do it.
Okay, I see.
Like, you won't get, like, banned or anything.
I'm not doing it.
Well, you probably don't use that, do you?
I have a few options on.
Okay.
I usually like to have a few options on.
Right.
This is so fucking pathetic. I read this and I'm like, this is so pathetic. But it's cringy. This man is so embarrassing. You have to pay $11 a month for the privilege of having the most basic security protocol on one of the biggest social media websites.
I don't think this is exactly what you're asking for, but I saw this and this was interesting too. Or he's replying to Mark Ass Brownlee.
I think I sent the one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Marcus is, of course, pointing out that this is a horrible thing. Elon is responding. Twitter is getting scammed by phone companies for $60 million per year of fake F2A. Shut the fuck up. No, you're not, idiot. Paying $60 million a year from SMS text. Like, he's the only company in the world that has two-step text verification. Every fucking...
So what does that even mean?
I guess he's saying that...
Wait, wouldn't the fake ones wouldn't that definitionally be the times that it's successfully blocking somebody?
Twitter's getting scanned by
like
phone
if it's
companies.
fake, that means...
Oh, he thinks phone companies are colluding to send a bunch of fake texts so they can charge him.
Yeah.
That is beyond so dumb. You can find, like, Club Penguin got two-step text. You know what I mean? They're not complaining about getting scanned. You're an idiot, bro. And you're so cringe. People actually like this guy. It blows my mind. You can't blow smoke up Mark Ass's ass, bro.
He's too smart for that. He'll get you.
Here's the AB.
Oh, here was his reply.
Twitter should definitely steer people to Authenticator app and their messaging of removing this feature. Most people just do SMS two-factor because it's the easiest thing. Now all those people accounts are less secure. Thank you, Mark Ass.
Yeah.
I love him, by the way. He's such a great guy. He was on our show a while ago. He's such a great guest, sweet guy, smart guy. He said he'd love to come back on anytime. Maybe it'd be a good time to check back in. Was that before the Will Smith?
I think it was actually.
Mark
it was a very early episode. I want to say it was like 2017, first year of the podcast.
He's awesome. I have so much respect for him. MKBHD, Marcus Brownlee.
2018, January.
God damn. That was a long
January
motherfucking time ago.
Yes, indeed.
5 years, eh?
That conversation, I'd actually be curious to go back and listen to that because I'm pretty sure like an hour of that episode is you and him sucking Elon Musk's dick.
Yeah, you're right. That's fucking funny. But
and now here we are talking about him arguing with Elon about how he's doing a stupid thing, and we all fucking hate Elon here.
Hey,
A lot can
listen,
change.
5 years can
years.
change a lot, man. That's the story of my life. If I look back every 5 years, it's changed a lot. I would love to get Marcus. Maybe we should reach out. I can reach out to him. Here, let's see what this dumb fuck said. Use of free authentication apps for F2A will remain free and are much more secure than SMS. Then why are you paywalling SMS? You fucking moron. Like, you're so dumb that you would actually tweet this out as if it's some justification that's not so obviously a lie or misrepresentation. That's not why you're doing it.
Why am I still getting hate?
That's what I'm wondering as well.
Yeah, if it was just, we're going to wind down SMS authentication because it's not secure enough, fine.
Turn it off. That I get.
Yeah.
Great.
But paywalling it is so goofy.
Also, the authentication app is easy for people like us, but like I would say anyone over the age of like at boomer territory, it's not that easy to figure out how to use that app.
I think the biggest thing with a boomer is that, you know how it gives you a code and then the code times out after 30 seconds or whatever?
Not a lot of time.
You imagine trying to copy paste that over to another app in that short period of time?
Not a lot of time.
Picture your mom trying to accomplish that.
It will never happen.
Yeah.
And then the other option he offers is security key, which is like a physical fucking key.
Right, yeah.
You have to put in your computer. I don't even know how that works.
That probably would work well for boomers because it's like, I understand this. It's like a key.
It's not. It's hard to set up.
I'll put
You have
it.
to carry it
I'll put it in
on
my
you.
office desk drawer, which is a thing that I have because I'm over 50.
I know people are saying Ethan is pronounced Marquez. I know. I'm making fun.
We're saying it like Will Smith.
Will Smith called him Mark Ass. It's an homage to our friend Will Smith. So basically, it's just signaling to all the scammers worldwide, like, hey, find an account, a Twitter account of anyone over 60, and you can pretty much get into it. The bruise on my arm, I got the blood drawn here, and I got a massive bruise here. Is that odd?
It's the blood of God.
Wait, how far? Show again where it was drawn there and it bruised up there?
Yeah.
Huh.
Weird, right?
That's
Yeah.
not the like thing that they tighten your skin with. That's out up there.
Yeah, maybe it just bruised it from
the tape.
No.
You think they taped me that hard?
The tourniquet.
No.
Carrot.
No, I think it was the carrot. Yeah, so Elon Musk is such a loser. And again, this is a big deal, and it's nowhere on the trending list. Like, come on, give me a break. He's for sure censoring it.
I think the trending list is just busted. I don't know if it's necessarily because the trends have been horrible for the last couple months.
Well,
at least for
the
me.
ones for me are usually pretty fucking accurate, and I've been clicking all of those because I love the outrage. Love the Twitter outrage. Yeah, I'm getting pretty over all these social media networks. And then if it doesn't get any more pathetic, you have Mark Zuckerberg coming in and being like, hey, that's a pretty fucking good idea. Meta, I'm not calling them Meta. I'm not buying into that propaganda. They're Facebook. Do you understand what I'm saying? I will never accept Meta. It's Facebook.
Meta me with that shit.
More like Metamucil passing right through me.
Right. William Husk.
That's a dope hip hop line, don't you think?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Interesting, my shit does get stuck in the toilet, so the Metamucil didn't help in that situation.
Oh, true.
Go.
I forgot it was just sitting there.
Think about it. Hold it in your mind, Olivia. There's a giant turd just sitting in the
Trust
toilet.
me, I am holding
water
on to it.
all the
It's
way
all I
up
can
to the
think
line. Passing right through me like Metamucil. got like a missile coming out my butt. And then you play some tinsel making cool sounds. Oh, then take a dump in the potty, make a doo-doo. I should be shitting on my kids' training potty so it don't get clogged. I shit in my son's training potty. I throw the turds over the fence to my neighbors. Then I got no problem. They think it's their dog. It's way too big, but what do they'll never suspect me. Passing right through me like Metamucil. Playing tinsel, shooting missiles from my ass.
All over the floor.
Thank you, Zach, for queuing me up. That was important. Get that off my chest. So Meta, you remember how they get all fucking testy about it too when we were doing the metaverse? Whenever I go, so you guys work for Facebook? They go, Meta! We don't say Facebook.
I'm making meats now. Smoking these meats.
So
here.
Facebook is testing a subscription service which will allow Instagram and Facebook users to pay to get verified. Costing $12. How is it worth that much? $12 a month, bro.
I don't know.
Like,
it's more. Isn't it more than Twitter Blue?
It's more on iPhone.
Oh, yeah. So it's $12. And then because the Apple markup, because Apple takes 30%, well, they're not letting that cut into their margin. You know what I mean? Because obviously it costs them a lot of money to offer this service. It's $15 if you have iOS. Like, do you know how hard companies work to secure that level of reoccurring payment? I mean, like, how much is Netflix now? They spend like billions of dollars.
Yeah, it's about 15 a month, I guess. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're doing nothing? Mark Zuckerberg, you're such a loser. Here's Zuck on Instagram.
I just don't. They looked at all of the backlash that Elon was getting from doing the same thing, which was massive, and we're like, us too?
Also,
Weird.
as you pointed out, they're not making a lot of money from it even.
Yeah, there was a report that Twitter made, like, the amount of subscribers they have is like 0.7% of their revenue that they get from advertising and something. It's like nothing.
I mean, he's like tightening the experience so much to get people to subscribe. Soon it's going to be like, you cannot tweet unless you pay us.
A loser.
And again, if anything, people on Twitter should be getting paid. They're generating content. Nobody be on that fucking site, let's not forget. YouTube's the only website that actually does it. Love them for that. Well, that's not true. Actually. I mean, what's Netflix budget on shows? They spending like billions of dollars?
I mean, Facebook spends lots of money for like servers and stuff,
Don't
right?
care.
You don't care about that?
I don't fucking care. I'm paying
And, and what's the end result of that?
Free. They make a shitload of money doing that. You know, they're very profitable.
But I don't care about that.
So Zuck says product announcement in Meta channel this morning. Huge announcement. Everybody get hyped. Breaking news straight from the top. Good morning. New product announcement this week. We're starting to roll out Meta Verified, a subscription service that lets you verify your account with a government ID. Man, I'm not sending Zuck my ID. Like, that dude know everything about me. You need a picture of my ID now? Get bent.
Do you not need that for Twitter Blue?
I don't know.
No, you don't.
You don't? I love you. That's awesome.
What isn't that the okay?
That's so awesome.
I thought the whole idea was to prevent imposters or whatever. You don't need to prove who you are.
I want to make a fake account and get it verified on Twitter.
I mean, take 2 seconds. You just sign up and
Got a credit card and a pair of thumbs?
Yeah, that's
This
all,
guy
literally all you need.
right here. So I guess, okay, so let's see. We need your government ID, get a blue badge, get extra impersonation protection against your account, and get direct access to customer support. This new feature is about increasing authenticity. Sure.
Paywalling customer support, by the way. They just kind of throw that in. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to say to them? Hey, guys, my shit fucked. Oh, basically what they're saying is if you have a problem, you get locked out of your account, something weird, something gets erased, whatever, pay us and you can talk to us. Kind of interesting. Meta Verified starts at $12 a month on web or $19 a month on iOS. Will be rolling out in Australia and New Zealand this week. Lucky them. Oh, it didn't show, but also it shows your comments higher in the feed.
It's going to do that too. That's part of what Twitter Blue does as well.
That's what I read. I don't see it here, but I read that somewhere.
That may have just been speculation because I read Zuck's statement. I don't think he mentioned that.
This is a weird service, though. I can't imagine that it's going to appeal to a lot of people. I mean,
I feel like it's even like the Twitter had like a whole weird culture around the blue checks, right?
Right.
But as far as I can tell, that doesn't exist nearly to the same extent on Instagram or Facebook for that matter. So I don't know who's going to be too motivated for that. There's no prestige there.
They're going to make no money from this, and I cannot wait. Well, on Instagram there is a little bit, I guess.
A little bit, but again, it's just the I don't know. There's a whole checkmark culture on Twitter.
You're right.
Like that people put it on a big pedestal that you don't really see as much on other social medias.
I'm just here it is. Yeah. Here's an announcement. Mark Zuckerberg announced new subscription-based Meta features include a verified badge, customer support, prioritization, and other people's comments.
There it is.
I don't know if Pop-Base is credible, but there it is. Oh, wait, no, here it is. Verified badge, customer support, active impersonation monitoring. Oh, prioritization for Meta verified profiles and other people's comments. Stupid fucking dumb, bro. You get recommended more. Wait, seriously? Recommendations and explore page and reels on Instagram? What does that mean?
You know how on Instagram has its like version of TikTok essentially now?
Yeah.
I think if you pay for it, you'll show up in people's algorithm more.
Are you fucking my tits, bro?
Also, if you follow someone, you're more likely to be recommended. As like you may also want to follow this person.
So let's just mass follow bot on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the way all social media is going to go. And frankly, I'm kind of surprised it didn't happen earlier. Now that it's happening, it's like,
well, if they're going to start charging us, then you better stop tracking my data.
That's the thing, isn't it?
I think this is I think they're going up. That is the game. I think they're going too far with it. I don't like.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not good. This isn't going to work for you guys. You're getting too fucking greedy, Mark. What the?
I'm the meat
What
chef.
the fuck, Mark?
I'm the meat chef.
Well, Cam and I were talking about it earlier, and he speculated that perhaps it has something to do with their metaverse shit completely fucking falling flat on its face and nobody being interested in it because they spent a lot of money developing that.
Yeah, I'm sure that the like fucking $1,000 they generate from this is going to help offset those losses.
Right. Well,
how much did Metaverse cost? $10 billion. That's not a big deal. $80 billion they've invested. They'll make up for that. This. Can you do me a favor?
$80 billion?
Yeah, you're a fucking idiot. And he's still one of the richest dudes in the world.
Where did that money? I know. I'm just thinking back to when we were doing those segments though in the Facebook metaverse, and it was just a shitty fucking Second Life clone from 2004.
Yeah, I don't know where
$80 billion.
I don't know where that. There's some corruption going on Facebook.
Absolutely. It's insane.
Hunter and Olive said this is egregious. Ian worked so hard for that blue check. Now people can buy it. I'm pissed. Thoughts, Ian?
He bought his blue check.
It is gross. It's disgusting.
You literally bought it.
No, Ian didn't he get checked on Insta?
It's organic on Insta.
No, he's legit on Insta.
No, it's not organic.
Oh,
I pulled
on
leverage for you.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is fully organic, non-GMO check.
Fully organic from Ian spamming the verification page every couple weeks for 2 years.
Let me ask
That's
you.
not what happened, Dan.
Ian,
You're trying to be a little saucy boy today, but that's not what happened.
Ian, answer this. Would you be verified if you weren't on this show?
Huh?
Go ahead.
Yes. Sure, I'll say that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know that.
I'll have some
I
confidence
got you
in
that
myself.
check.
Yeah.
I got you that check.
I got $11. I could have paid for it.
You know,
Anyway.
I'm all over this shit. I'm gonna get that.
You're gonna buy all this shit. Good for you.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Do me a favor. So they spent 80 billion, and then this subscription service cost 15, or no? Let's just be generous and say they do 15. So crunch some numbers for me. 80 billion divided by 15. So how many users are we gonna need?
80.
I'm just trying to crunch the
divided by
numbers for Zuck.
15. So you would only need approximately 5.3 billion people to sign up.
Okay,
for
so
Meta
and what's the
Blue.
population of the Earth?
Well, it's like 8 billion now or something.
Okay, so if we crunch the
Population
numbers,
of
carry the
planet
5.
Earth. 7.88 billion. So
Okay, so that's just like 70% of the planet.
right, divided by
Easy, dude.
Everybody on the planet.
Easy.
So just carry the 1 to the 5 divided by the square root of 3.
Actually, it's about 67% of the planet.
67.
Yeah.
That's doable, I think. Actually, I think they're gonna make that money back. Well, okay. In 2001, there was 1.2 billion monthly active users.
Let's
So
not talk about making money.
So they're gonna need to expand their client base as well.
Who wants me to take their money?
They're such douches. I can't wait for these websites to die. I'm so fucking over them, and they're all such douches.
It's time for the next gen. It's like I've said it before. We just got to bring MySpace back, man.
Those were the good times, bro.
Return to Monkey.
Tom, where are you?
Tom, come back.
Okay, so that's that. Thank you to Meta. So
we're at 40 minutes, so we should probably do an ad break.
So let's thank our sponsors, and then when we come back, is our caller queued up there?
He's not queued up yet, but I can shoot a message and say to hop on, and then after the sponsors, you can start.
Yeah, so guys, I'm going to thank our sponsors. Do not go away. I'm very excited for this conversation we're about to have. Thank you. Is anyone going to buy that Meta shit other than Zach? Just be honest, AB. What are your thoughts?
Yeah,
Instagram?
it's a weird situation. You kind of have to, because if you're trying to grow and it's used to promote other stuff I do, you kind of have to. It sucks. I hate it. I know it looks like it's
Why do you
poser
have to?
shit.
Why do you have to?
Because like on Twitter, my stuff has grown like crazy because I have that. It prioritizes my tweets.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking
It sucks. I hate it. I don't like it, but
so that means
shit.
that-
I don't know. I don't think it's working.
I mean, I see it's working for me. I mean,
it is
promoting concerts and shit. I mean, I'm getting a lot of engagement on that too.
So, Love, do you have Twitter Blue?
I've grown more the past. Yeah, I've grown more the past couple months than I've ever had, and I never bought it.
Me too.
So, yeah, organic, baby.
Looks like it's split 2 to 2.
Y'all just need to shut up and pay them, dude. Okay, no questions.
Nah, all natty.
I ain't paying them.
All right, let's thank our sponsors. Thank you so much to Kudos. Love Kudos, actually. If you shop online, you probably use an app to find the best coupons. And now, you should also use Kudos to get the most cash back. That's right, Kudos is a free shopping extension that not only helps you pick the best card to use at checkout, but it now doubles your rewards. That means if you normally get 3% back on Walmart or Sephora or TripAdvisor or whatever, you'll now get 6% with Kudos, and that's basically free money. Yeah, I don't know if... I'm not like a big into like the whole credit card navigating bonuses and stuff, but I do notice that on certain months or quarters, you get like a fat cash back for certain categories. And my dad's obsessed with that shit. He always has been. He'd be like, darn it, don't use the card. He gets mad at my mom if she uses the wrong credit card. Anyone else have family like that? Just me?
Just you.
He'd legit get angry at her. Even now, he still does it. Just over the weekend, my mom has this thing she wants to buy. And she's like, oh, I got to wait till March. I says, why? She needs it now. Oh, I remember what it's the sink. Their faucet sink is broken. It fucking leaks. And she needs to hire a plumber. And she goes, I got to wait till March. I says, why? You need it now. You're always complaining about it. Oh, Gary says I need to wait to put it on the card because then we'll get a... It's like he's sitting there with a leaky fucking faucet till March 1st because he don't got the right bonus. It's crazy, dude. And he's so old now, you can't even talk to him about it. He just shuts... He's like, you know what I mean? It's like, whatever, bro. Like, Mom, just fucking get the plumber. And everyone's just too old. They're like, I'm over it. I'm over arguing with him about that shit. Which is kind of smart, I guess, at this point in life. Good thing we had a lot of rain. Anyway, kudos. Yeah, there it is. Kudos for my dad specifically. The best thing about Kudos is that it's so easy to use. Add Kudos to your desktop or your iPhone in just a few clicks. Shop like normal, and Kudos will automatically appear at checkout to handle the rest. I was shopping on Nordstrom the other day, and Kudos not only helped get the most rewards, but also reminded me that all the other hidden card benefits like purchase protection as well. Nordstrom, Macy's, you can save a lot of money with that cash back business. Last month, we announced that one lucky person who signed up for Kudos would get a $50 gift card to Teddy Fresh. Congratulations to Frank O. Yes, the Kudos team will be reaching out today. But now we're celebrating, doubling the reward for the next sweepstake. For a limited time only, one person who signs up for Kudos with the code H3TV will receive a $100 gift card to Teddy Fresh. Perfect for the new multicolored studded shirt. Okay. They give a little call out there. Or anything you want. I mean, shit, with a $100 gift card, you could buy like 10 Rick and Morty shirts. Might be better as kindling at that point than for a shirt. I don't know, is kindling expensive? You know what I mean? Let's burn some Rick and Morty gear. All right. Thank you. So don't wait. Get Kudos for free by going to joinkudos.com/H3TV. It's in the link. That's joinkudos.com/H3TV so they know that we sent you. Thank you to our sponsor. And good luck. $100 gift card to Teddy Fresh. That's cool. Thank you, Kudos. Saving money and capturing hearts all along the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, 100%.
Here it is. This is the sponsor that is changing the whole earth. It's stamps.com. No, the future is no more like we thought it was. No. You back me up on that, Zach?
I can't during ads.
Oh, really?
No.
What is it? He said the future
world is not.
Oh yeah,
the world is not anymore the way it used to be.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, that's what stamps.com. They're changing the game. If you're a business owner, small business owner, or you just like shipping stuff, stamps.com is going to change your life, actually. 2023 is well on the way, and maybe you want to set up a small business. Maybe this is the year you get out there and get after it. Stamps.com going to help you out. Stamps.com lets you print your own posters and shipping labels right from your home or office. It's ready to go in 10 minutes. So you can get back to business. Time is money. People don't understand that. So here's the deal. Postage rates keep going up. It's so freaking expensive. And Stamps.com has the best discounts in the entire industry. They do these massive buys, so they're able to negotiate the prices down with the post office quite a bit. They're going to offer you 84%, up to 84% off USPS and UPS. Basically free. You even have to pay for shipping with that level of discount? 84%?
Plus pay you.
What?
They pay you.
They pay you to ship it.
You don't even have to think about
That's
it,
not
dude.
true. That's not a real.
That's not a real offer.
Not endorsed.
Not a real offer. Plus, Stamps.com automatically tells you the cheapest and fastest shipping option of all the available ones. They've been open for 25 years. These guys are indispensable to over 1 million businesses. You know, there's no lines, there's no traffic, there's no waiting. It's incredible. You use Stamps.com to print. So here's how it works. You go on the computer. They send you a digital scale for free with this offer. You weigh your package, your envelope, and then you print out the exact postage, put it on the package. Here's the best part. They'll come get it. You leave it on their porch, you can schedule a pickup, or you can just put it in your mailbox or any drop box. It's incredibly efficient, time-saving, it's cheaper, it's stamps.com/H3TV. It's a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a free digital scale. There's no long-term commitments or contracts, so give it a shot. Stamps.com/H3TV. Just go to stamps.com/H3TV. I love you, Stamps! 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 All right, is our guest lined up?
They are in the lobby. They are.
Okay, so here's the thing. I want to pee right now because I don't want to have to hold this in during this convo. So I'm gonna go pee and then I'll be right back.
How bad do you have to pee right now?
Sounds good.
Just bad enough.
You have to.
I'll go check on the diarrhea.
I was
too.
gonna say.
Actually, it wasn't a diarrhea. It was a solid.
Okay.
That was the problem.
Right.
Yeah,
Too
I'll be right
solid.
back.
Too far the other direction. Well,
how was everyone's weekend?
Good.
It was good, Zach. How was yours?
Zach,
did you build any Legos?
I did. I built Legos, and I also went to a fondue restaurant.
Really?
Yeah, it's called the Melting Pot. Very
I've heard of it.
Very good. Very good.
Had you ever done the do before?
I have years ago, and I kept making fondue jokes the whole night, and Chantal was getting mad.
Let me get an example.
If you do something wrong at a fondue restaurant, it's a fondant. So,
Do you have a whole Netflix stand-up special around fondue?
on
jokes?
fondue, yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's my Kaufman-esque, over the top.
Should I book a reservation on May 13th to go? To
No, actually, you don't want to be dipping your sticks in that cheese because that is Zach Lewis live at the Roxy May 13th. Get your
forgot.
tickets. Tickets are going like hot molten cheese, like at a fondue restaurant.
How did I know that plug was coming?
I appreciate that layup there. Ian.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, May 13th. Get your tickets.
We'll be there. Will you?
I don't think I'm gonna go.
Oh,
have you missed
I
any?
don't think I'm gonna go.
Oh,
You're busy.
I
That
feel
night,
like you're
you
being
think?
too. I feel like you're being too pushy.
Dan, I'll tell you what. If you go, I'll take you to a fondue restaurant.
Oh hell yeah, I'm back in.
Okay, there we go.
I'm back in, baby.
That's a fondue, not a fondant. Everyone.
That's right.
And then you know what the bowel movement is called after a fondue restaurant?
No, Zach, what do you call it?
It's called a fondue.
Fart do? Is that what you said?
Fondue, like do, like duty. It's a fondue.
Because you could have gone with like the fart do direction as well.
Or just add an extra do to fondue do.
Fondue do.
You know?
But yeah.
Workshopping these jokes. Work with me.
Yeah. What else did you peeps do over the weekend?
Well, I asked about the Lego, and then you went off on this whole fondue thing. But I was more curious about the Lego.
Oh, I built an Adidas shoe.
Really?
This weekend, yeah.
Okay,
Pretty
that's
hype.
kind of hype.
Yeah. And then I don't know. Ian was telling me because we're deep in the trenches with this stuff. They're putting out an Up Lego set, like from the Pixar movie.
Oh, that Up. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Like the house with all the balloons.
Yeah,
Is that
Mr.
what it is?
Fredrickson, all that fun shit.
Hell yeah.
Shouldn't you be hustling instead of building Legos? Shouldn't you be building
an
brand,
empire?
Building an empire, making websites.
I'm trying, dude, but I really love building Legos.
Hustling on
How
the
dare
side.
you have a hobby?
He's building a Lego empire.
Yeah, I actually had to buy shelves this week because I'm out of space.
That's awesome. I'm happy that you found something you enjoy doing so much.
Yeah, as music wasn't enough, I had to get into another thing. So
Theodore loves Legos. I mean, the Lego is on top of the world. You go to those shops, not only are they beautiful, and their licensing deals are insane. They're like always have like the newest thing, but it's so full.
Oh yeah,
it's always so full.
It's insane. Plus, walk in there and I am a VIP member there, so it's like when you go and buy something, they're like, "Are you a VIP?" I'm like, "Yes, I am."
What does that mean? What does that entail?
You get points, and
It's Twitter Blue for Legos.
It's actually free, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just buying the Legos. But you build points, but I'm not sure what. I think it gets you access or earlier access.
We don't know what it does, but it sounds.
I mean, we got points, baby.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
I just got Teddy some Legos over the weekend. We got him it's a dragon dinosaur.
Oh wow.
from this show, whatever. He loves it.
What the ninja? What is it?
Ninjutsu shit.
Yeah. I saw
He doesn't
that.
care about the show at all. The girl Legos was like, "Who's your favorite character?" I was like, "He didn't care about this. He just likes the dragon." All right, so let's talk to our esteemed caller. So,
set it up first a little bit before we bring him in.
Yeah, I will right now. All right, so this whole thing started when this dude, Mark Elliott, emailed me a few weeks ago. I'll read the email to you guys that I got. As you guys know, did you... Let me know when that's done, Dan. As you guys know, I have a lot of interest in Nxivm. I am a believer. I think Keith Ramirez is a modern day genius, and he's been unfairly slated as a villain. So does Mark. Mark is an award-winning speaker who lived with Tourette syndrome for 20 years and then beat it completely, mind over body. That shocked me.
That's quite a claim.
And now with the now infamous company Nxivm, he was recently featured in the 3rd episode of the documentary The Vow on HBO. We've talked about The Vow on this show. He actually, and good for him, he sued HBO or was it someone else?
Someone else. A different documentary that was on Stars, I believe it was, called Seduced. That was also about the Nxivm group.
Yeah, check chat, please, Dan. Now he said, oh, it is. Okay, good. Now he said, I recently saw your coverage of poking holes in the Andrew Tate narrative, which is true. Now, I've been critical of Andrew Tate, but I think he does a lot of good things too. And it's just not fair. All he wants to do is help a generation of men, and then so what? He's the bad guy? Men need a voice. That's where me and Mark Elliott agree. Given your commitment to pursue truth and openness to challenge prevailing narratives, Mark said in his email to me, I believe you would be fascinated with my story and the recent developments that have unfolded in the case against Mr. Ramirez. Specifically, 7 digital forensic experts, including 4 former FBI, have come forward with evidence showing that with scientific certainty that the FBI tampered with the child prawn digital evidence in the trial. Keith was convicted of having child P word and, all kinds of other horrible stuff, which he's all innocent of, according to Mark. Also, the one thing that I find really interesting about Mark is that through Nxivm and with Keith's teaching, Mark, who has Tourette syndrome, is complete. He just said, I'm done. He did, my mind is more powerful than
matter.
this. And I'm done with Tourette's, he said. So he asked me, would you be open for a short call? He says, I have no doubt you will be at least very intrigued. Thanks for your time. So that's Mark, inspirational speaker. And I said to myself, I am interested. I do want to talk to Mark. And so Mark is actually on the phone, and we've been setting this up for a couple of weeks. So Mark, whenever you're ready, there he is. Thanks, man, for being here. It's so awesome to meet someone like you.
That's great. Thank you so much for having me. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. No, I can hear you great.
Okay, perfect. I heard a little bit of the introduction. Thank you for that.
Yeah, of course. So why did you reach out to me? I guess, first of all, I'm curious about your whole journey. Maybe you could start there.
Well, as I had wrote you in the email, myself, my team, we had been researching different people that are willing ultimately to challenge the status quo.
Right.
And of course, the Andrew Tate was one of the biggest stories. It was an international story. And there was, some people like yourself that were willing to at least question.
Right.
With our situation with Keith and Nxivm is that there has been basically one narrative for the past 5 years. This actually started about 5 years ago. It was in 2000. It was in October of 2017
Now,
when
just
the New
to
York
clarify,
Times article.
Keith Ramirez is the leader, I guess, I don't know what's the correct term, of Nxivm, and he was convicted for, geez, it was like 7 different felonies, huh? But he
was
didn't do any of
convicted-
it.
Yeah, so I'll definitely get to all of that. What he was convicted of many different things, including sex trafficking, forced labor, racketeering,
Wire
and
fraud.
Yes, although I believe
Yeah.
wire fraud. Yeah. Now, although I believe he's innocent, that's ultimately not why I reached out to you.
Right.
It was given the fact that the narrative was basically an international narrative creating this, basically was a hate campaign against Keith Raniere and Nxivm and the community.
Sure.
Anyone that was trying to speak out was basically vilified. Anyone that came out in support of, forget Keith, even just came out of support of Nxivm was vilified in the media.
I actually really support Nxivm. I think it's super interesting what they've been able to do. I want to say, Andrew Tate, I totally poke holes in that. Like, I don't know if you've been following the case in Romania, but like, there's so many red flags that says he's innocent. I don't know if you've been following that.
I haven't been following it closely. Obviously, it's definitely been something I've been watching from afar, as it seems like there's just a lot of similarities in the fact that, we live in a time that if you make someone a monster in the media, it's, guilty, basically you're guilty until proven innocent.
Right.
You then, the authorities can then ultimately do whatever they want to the person.
Sorry to cut off. Actually, Keith was convicted of 7 crimes, though.
Yeah, the reason I said that is because before the trial even happened, he was already vilified and made a monster. You even have, even on the Dr. Oz show, this was before Keith was even arrested. You have Dr. Oz saying on national television that Keith raped and tortured women.
Oh my
God.
God.
Just so you know, even after he was convicted of these charges, and this is what's mind-blowing for a lot of people, Keith Raniere, who's this alleged sex cult leader of an international sex cult, if you actually look at the charges and the evidence of what he was convicted for, there's not a single charge. This is crazy. There's not a single charge of violence, weapons, or drugs, and there's not a single charge of Keith Raniere having sex with someone.
Well, let's see here. Count 2. Let's see. Sexual exploitation of a child. He was convicted of that, right? Because I want to clear his name with you. So he was convicted of sexual exploitation of a child, possession of child pornography. He was convicted of trafficking for labor and services, extortion, sex trafficking, forced labor, attempted sex trafficking. So he tried and failed, but in other ways he was successful. That's what they claim, right? But it's outrageous that and he was never, he was never violent, and so that kind of says it all, huh?
Yeah, I want to be super clear. There's most of what people have heard about Keith in the media, and then what the government, put out there in the media as well, is, in my opinion, completely false, and most of it is completely fabricated.
Right.
Again, that's not my intent of why I wanted to come, on and talk with you guys. Obviously, if we had longer, conversations, we could look at more specifics and things about Keith Raniere and who he is as a person. But in the emails, why I got in touch with you is that one of the things that happened right before the trial, here you had an investigation for a whole year, and there were 6 co-defendants, and this whole case was about consenting adults. And then 55 days before trial,
it was also about wire fraud, trafficking, racketeering, child pornography.
Yeah, so those were all the different charges.
Okay.
But even with
sorry. Go ahead.
Well, just to be clear though, even with all of these horrific charges, sex trafficking, forced labor, racketeering,
wire
none
fraud.
of the co-defendants had pled guilty.
Wire fraud.
Right. None of them have pled guilty, which is almost unheard of in federal court. I think it's like 97%.
You couldn't flip them because they're innocent. There's nothing to flip.
So the thing is that 55 days before trial, all of a sudden the FBI found child pornography. And when I say child pornography, they found 22 photos of a nude woman on an external hard drive. It wasn't on his computer. It wasn't on a camera. It was on a random external hard drive in a residence that many people frequent in. It wasn't even Keith's home. So, of course, the moment they found that, it completely changed the whole dynamic of the case, where now you have minors involved.
Right, and
not only
they
did
could have
charge him with-
planted it. I mean, the FBI has a track record of doing stuff like that. I mean, they're just monsters. The FBI, I don't trust them at all, and I think they probably planted it. But my concern, at least just from the optics point of view, because again, I'm on your guys' side. Camille was a 15-year-old who testified. She wrote a victim statement, impact statement, that said that he actually raped her when she was 15. And she put out a statement and all that. It's crazy. She said she met him when he was 13. And then when she was 15, he was 45 and he slept with her. But that's just, why was she lying like that?
Yeah, so I want to make something very clear. I don't support sexual assault against women in any way.
No, I know.
Any of my friends
of course.
who are out there, I just want to make that very clear, as it's a very sensitive subject.
Yeah, of course.
What I was saying, though, and then I will get to she did say those things, but what's important to realize is that the child pornography was all of a sudden found 55 days before trial, and then all other co-defendants pled guilty. So not only was he charged with possession of child pornography, he then was also charged with sexual exploitation of a minor, which is probably one of the most egregious charges somebody can get against them, charged against them, which ultimately is a death sentence for many people.
Yeah, and just to go back to what you're saying, 55 days before trial, it's like, when did they have the time to investigate that,
Well, they also had this hard drive and this alleged camera for over a year.
So
that's the context which happened right before trial. Yes, Camille, her name is Cami. She did give a victim impact statement, but what is important for people to realize is that a victim impact statement is after the trial is over, after the verdict. So it's a statement not given under oath. Well after the trial was over, and she also didn't testify.
You think she's lying, essentially? I mean, or at least there'd be no consequence to her lying, right?
That's my point. I'm not here to debate whether or not.
Yeah, you don't want to call her a liar. I get it. But you know what's crazy?
What I'm saying is.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
What I'm just saying, it's important that if we want to live in a society that has due process and we care about justice, it's important to question.
Absolutely.
It's important to question. And my point is, if somebody gives a victim impact statement and says, I was raped and this happened, I'm not saying that's not true, but you can't say that that's ultimately true due process when someone's not under oath.
For sure. There was no trial.
And that's my point.
There was no trial. Like, why was supposed to take her impact statement seriously when there was no trial?
That is my point.
Okay.
What I do know, which is under oath, and sworn statements, is what I got in touch with you about with respect to, we now have 7 digital forensic experts, and this is what's incredible. 4 of the 7 are former FBI.
Before we go down that thread, I just wanted to mention, and I don't know if this is an issue for you guys, but there was 15 other victim impact statements from all different individuals. So that's like, dang, how do we get over that?
Again, if we had like a 3-hour podcast, I can go into different things. This is the short of it, though. Just to even answer, like I said, my intent wasn't to try to defend or combat like all these different allegations. But again, what people don't realize, the way that the narrative was out there, is that 17,000 people from around the world took these courses. Okay. 1 in 400 of participants in the classes that Keith had created were billionaires. We had people from Stanford, from Harvard, entrepreneurs. These were very thoughtful, rational people taking courses that had a profound effect on their life.
Right? I mean, Scientology is the same way, and they get vilified too. They have tons of famous people, tons of rich people, and it's unfair that Scientology is vilified, don't you think?
I haven't taken Scientology. I don't agree with. But my point is, I don't agree with character assassination, or speaking badly about a group just because they're different or you don't like them. But
Okay, I
the
got
reason I mentioned about the 17,000 is that if you actually look at the trial, in the Nxivm trial, there's actually, out of 17,000 people, I think in the trial, don't take my word for it, I think there's only 3 people that were students of the 17,000 that were even claiming they were victims of a crime.
So the only
three out of 17,000.
Only 3
So
people claimed that they were molested by Keith.
well, no, they weren't even claiming that they were molested. There's not even. This is like the insanity and the exaggeration of what's out there.
Right.
There's not a single charge of Keith assaulting or raping or hurting anyone means of violence. There's nothing in the trial of that.
Right. There's no violence. They're only saying he coerced them, but that's not really a crime, is it?
Well, that's what they're claiming. But
Right.
my point is that if you want to look at the reality, if you even want to say that everything that happened in the trial is true,
Yeah.
this is a man who's now convicted and sentenced to 120 years without any violence, weapons, drugs.
Right. And I'm with you 100% because coercion's not even a crime. Like it's not illegal to manipulate people.
Well,
It just means you're smarter in a way. You know what I mean? Like if you're able to manipulate people to do what you want, it just means you're smarter.
So again, and this is a whole conversation about things in the trial,
right?
But the bigger issue, the thing that is, I think, vital and relevant to everyone who's listens to you, and then also just all citizens in the United States. We now have 4 former FBI agents that were digital forensic experts that have come out that under sworn testimony shows that the child pornography evidence was to a scientific certainty tampered with and also planted.
That is very
some
concerning.
of the evidence points that some of the modifications took place while in the possession of the FBI.
That is very concerning. So what is the So what's the goal here? To get a retrial for Keith?
Well, the ultimate goal is trying to investigate these crimes.
Right.
There's clear beyond probable cause that crimes were committed by FBI agents and potentially even the prosecution and maybe other entities as well in the DOJ.
So we're going to
and that is an
retry
effect of
Keith.
that.
Yeah.
Because crimes were committed against someone who is being tried in a trial to convict them,
right.
that person should ultimately be let free.
Let him free.
And so
let free Keith. Well, what's interesting is that, first of all, the FBI is a criminal organization just from the start. I mean, it's insane the things that they've done to people, like tampering evidence in the case of Keith. But I think that because they did that, we should probably just expunge the extortion, the identity theft, the forced labor, the conspiracy to commit identity theft, exploiting of a child, forced labor. Wire fraud and so we should expunge all those, huh?
It took me a second to get your humor because there's also a little delay. I was like, is he making a joke? I was like,
yeah,
oh,
I know. Sorry, I just yeah, but so what do we do about those other ones, right? Because we got to convince everyone that Keith is a cool dude.
Well, this is what I'm saying is that we don't need to convince anyone of how cool he is. Someone can think that Keith Raniere, they can believe he's the devil. That's ultimately irrelevant and a distraction to the reality of, did this person receive due process? If we want to live in a society that we want to have a justice system that treats everyone exactly the same, whether you think someone is the devil or you think someone is Mr. Rogers, they should be treated exactly the same under the law. Now, if it's the case that the government actually had evidence on Keith Raniere, then the question then becomes, well, why would they need to fabricate and tamper with evidence?
Right. That is the question. Free Keith. Actually, I want to talk
just to answer.
Oh, go ahead. I wanted to ask you about
your last thing.
Sure, go ahead.
I just wanted to just make one other comment because you said, as I know you were being facetious about all these other charges.
Yeah, yeah.
If you again, there's these buzzwords of sex trafficking and forced labor. Yes, those on its face value sound horrific.
Right, but what does it even mean?
Exactly. If like when you think of, if you heard that you're, someone that got charged with sex trafficking, what would you imagine?
Yeah, I would imagine somebody was locked to what do you call? Yeah, locked to a radiator, forced to do like webcam work, or you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's that, by the way, is a real thing. Sex trafficking, people being kidnapped, forced into sex slavery is a real thing. If you actually look at the evidence of what happened in this trial, you have a 29-year-old female who is an actress living in Manhattan, who is a part of the Nxivm community. She was taking classes. She was in a relationship with Keith. She also had a history of being more kinky. Together, they had come up with an experience where, and this is literally, if you look at the transcripts, this is what happened. One woman, this 29-year-old, received oral sex from another woman and no money was exchanged. She took a bus from Brooklyn to Albany.
Right.
And they convicted Keith Raniere of sex trafficking.
Just because she was kinky.
Well, that's one way to look at it.
Right.
The same woman, the 29-year-old actress, she's also the victim of the alleged forced labor. This is a woman who had to transcribe 5 hours of video for a memorial, and she read 50 articles that Keith had written, and she gave feedback on them and actually loved reading them. He was convicted of forced labor.
Because she wasn't paid for her work, or what?
Well, that's what they were claiming.
And how old was
they were
she?
able to concoct. She was 29 years old. But my point is that there's what's in the media, which isn't, and of course, if you hear these words, it's not like I don't hear these things, forced labor, sex trafficking, and it causes me to have caution. And I'm like, holy crap, what happened here? But
this one sounds really bad, and hopefully, because you have such an intimate understanding and you have a great way of explaining it. So how do we do the sexual exploitation of a child? Because that one sounds so bad. So how do we break that one down?
That one is also related to the child pornography, as I said. So they found 22 photos of a naked woman. Now, by looking at the photos is not how they realized that it was child pornography.
But it's women he knew, right? It was girls he knew.
Yeah, these are women that he knew.
Yeah, and so somebody had pictures of them naked when they were kids. But it wasn't Keith.
Well, no, but this is just if I could just finish real quick, is that the 22 photos were not deemed child pornography because they were photos of some sexual act. The way that they deemed them to be child pornography was based off of the file dates. And based off of the file dates, they then said when the photos were taken is when this person
they probably didn't even look like kids in the picture.
That's what that's my point is that by looking at the photo, they weren't deemed child pornography.
And I mean, if you saw the photo, which you should get a hold of those photos, they probably look like adults.
I have not seen the photos.
Oh, you haven't?
Those are, those are contraband photos.
Right.
But my point is that, again, when you hear the word child pornography, it incites, all these horrible images and fears. But what we're talking about is on not on someone's computer, not on their camera, not on a camera card, in a random external hard drive. There's 22 photos of a naked woman who they deemed was underage because of the file dates. So just the last thing is, the sexual exploitation of a minor is because supposedly they were able to link through a media card and from a camera, and that media card to a scientific certainty by 7 digital forensic experts, 4 former FBI, was modified while in the possession of the FBI because they were able to link that media card to a camera that's allegedly Keith owned. That's how he was charged with sexual exploitation of a minor.
That's so ridiculous that that's all they need.
Wait, I don't know if you're being
no, I'm dead serious. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's scary the world we live in where, like, and people can just say whatever, and then you just change the data on a file card, and that's all it takes. It's scary. As a man, I'm scared of that.
Everyone should be scared of this. This
Yeah.
is why the reason we're trying to reach out to people is because the narrative is so strong and the prejudice
crazy.
against Keith and Nxivm is so intense is that basically it stops people from having a rational, open conversation about, wait a
Right.
minute, what actually took place here? And what took place here is not just, oh, there was some prejudice in a trial, is that clearly you have government actors, specific personnel in the FBI. And again, this is not an attack on the whole FBI.
Actually, there's one thing I want to get your thoughts on here. So Camilla's the one who he apparently had photos of. That was
Yes.
the 15-year-old girl who did an impact statement, or she did an impact statement and said that he took her virginity when she was 15, which is outrageous. I mean, you can't. The thing is, you can't. If she was willing, what's the problem? I don't get it. But anyway, right? You understand that,
Again,
right?
Whether or not that happened or
It's
didn't
not
happen,
assault if she liked it, and Keith is awesome.
I'm starting to, yeah, I'm feeling your humor a little bit more. Like I said, there's a little delay as well.
So Camilla,
I just want to be
Camilla,
super clear again. I don't support sexual assault, rape in any way.
Yeah.
I'm not here to be able to be a referee about what he said or she said or what happened behind closed doors. What I do know is that I don't believe that somebody giving a victim impact statement that isn't under oath, which is basically no different from somebody going on Twitter and saying, I was raped by this person.
Right. It's just
with absolutely
so,
no due process.
Right. Because
could be looked at.
He doesn't even know them. So it's like the same as a random tweet. Like they've never even met.
No, they
do
have
know
met
each other.
Ethan.
Okay. Okay. Shit.
They do know, but they do know each other.
They do know each other.
But do you understand what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So so this girl, Camille, who she said in her impact statement that Raniere and his co-conspirator, who also trafficked Daniela for labor and services, said they confined her to a hotel room, or to a room, sorry, for nearly 2 years in an attempt to force Daniela to work for him. And then Daniela was told that if she left the room, she would be sent to Mexico without any identifying documents. So that's probably what they mean by like sex trafficking or forced labor, but that's just someone on Twitter just making shit up.
Well, did you see the second season of The Vow?
No, I didn't watch the second season. Was that yeah?
Gotcha. I don't blame you.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah.
It's incredible. Again, from just the label of somebody, I think it's document servitude. That sounds horrible.
Right.
But again, if you just look at the facts, this is a young girl who is who is in a room in her family's home.
Okay.
Like she was in a room and the door wasn't locked.
Right.
And if anyone questions me on that, this is incredible. This is how amazing how a documentary can seemingly put eerie music on something and make it seem horrific.
Right.
In the documentary, they're actually doing a voiceover of her reading from her lines from the court transcript. So they're reading it verbatim from what she said in court as she was testifying under oath. And at the very end of this episode, as she's talking about how she's been confined to this room for 2 years,
right?
Do you know how the scene ends?
How?
She says, and then I walked out of the room.
Oh, because she could have left the whole time. They don't really put
because
that
she
out
could
there.
have. Of course, but it's it's the scary music and it's haunting and this illustrations and the cartoon and it's.
Right.
But the way that it's in the media, it sounds as if Keith Raniere kidnapped this person.
I understand.
Put them in a room.
Yeah. I want to ask you,
and that is the issue of again of why I reached out is that in the media can do whatever they want and paint anyone with whatever colors they want to create a certain image, and that does not necessarily match the reality of even just basic facts.
Because it's basically her fault for not leaving the room, and what's even crazier is that the whole jury they all got. I don't know how the whole jury agreed on that, but I want to ask you about your experience with Tourette syndrome. I'm super, super fascinated by this. This is this is why kind of Nxivm is kind of interesting, because everyone always just kind of sees like the bad side. That's what's famous now. But Nxivm actually has been helping people in these incredible ways. For example, you had debilitating Tourette syndrome, right? And then I think you joined Nxivm, and Keith was able to help you overcome it totally, like totally cured. Like your Tourette's is 100% gone.
So yes, the answer is I no longer have Tourette syndrome.
Wow.
And it was through the courses that Keith created. It wasn't even one-on-one sessions with anything like with Keith.
Wow.
It was, he had created a curriculum that was around the world. Like I said, 17,000 people took it. I went through the classes just like everybody else. But as I went through them and started to build more self-awareness about myself, I mean, ultimately the courses are classes on emotional intelligence. We had a center here in New York City on 5th and 37th Street, where it's just, you go and sit in chairs and you have conversations with people.
And that cured your Tourette's?
That is
just having
so
that.
I just want to be clear. It's not.
Go ahead.
Yes, it was through these conversations and through these classes, which were a lot of them were philosophical inquiries about different aspects of life. There were practical things. It was also a goal-setting thing for entrepreneurs.
Okay.
And it was through these classes and these conversations that beat my Tourette's completely mind over body.
Wow. And so what is it that you tell yourself? Like, just stop ticking. Like, come on, don't be a pussy or whatever. Or I'm joking. I don't mean it like that. But like, I'm over this shit. Sucks. Tourette's is fucking annoying. And I'm just over it.
Yeah, so it's not like that at all. The most simple way that I can describe it is that I've always talked about Tourette's is like there's an itch and there's a scratch.
Oh yeah.
And the Tourette's is that uncomfortable feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ticking is me scratching that itch. And most treatments and the way that we look at Tourette's is, okay, how do we just help the person with this dynamic? So if you take medication, it numbs the itch.
Mm-hmm.
So that stops you from wanting to scratch it because you don't feel the intense.
Stop it? Like, if you're talking to someone with Tourette syndrome, what would kind of be your advice to them? Because I know it's just a horrible disease for the people who haven't cured it for themselves yet. And I feel like this knowledge, what would be your advice?
Well, I don't say, just to be clear, I've never said, and so we actually had a documentary that came out. It's called My Tourette's. It's on YouTube for free now.
Okay.
Sadly, almost no one in the world knows about it. It came out after, the negative press, the real negative press, started coming out about 5 years ago.
Okay.
But in this documentary, you watch these profound transformations of people beating Tourette's mind over body. But even in the movie, we don't say it's a cure. This is not it. We didn't have a cure for Tourette's. Clearly, we had a set of tools for people that were open and wanted to go on a different type of journey. Go on more of a looking inward.
But you guys did cure
for
it.
some.
You said it's 100% gone. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. That sounds like a
I just
cure.
don't say. The reason I don't say cure is because also I just don't think of it as something that you can cure in that way. I have like a completely different. I don't even think of it as a medical disorder in that way now. But I just want to be super clear is that I don't know if we could help everyone. I don't know that the people that we helped wanted to be helped.
Okay.
If someone wants to lose weight, they could have the best trainer in the whole world. But if they don't want to lose weight,
but weight's
doesn't matter if you got Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, but being fat is not a neurological disorder. So that's what really interests me. Because to all the literature, it says Tourette's cannot be cured. So it's incredible.
Look, you're preaching to the choir.
Yeah, right.
I lived with it for 20 years. I became a well-known inspirational speaker around the country, talking about Tourette's, living with Tourette's. My whole life was based off of Tourette's.
I can't imagine how hard that
I
must
get
have been.
It was, so then to take a class on emotions and now to be able to have a conversation with you like this, I couldn't even have dreamt of it. I mean, it just wasn't even something that could be possible because of like what you said. I have Tourette's, this neurological genetic disorder that's involuntary and has no cure. Luckily, because of what Keith created and with Nancy Salzman, who also is in jail now, I've been able to go on a profound journey to live a very different life.
Can I ask you a question?
To answer your question,
do you still get the urge to do ticks, or is that completely gone? Like, where did you cut it off?
So the thing about the itch and the scratch, because of how the courses were very different, it's not like I'm sitting here and my itch is 100%, and I'm just like, okay, don't tick, don't say something, hold it back.
Right.
The courses were different than any other thing that I did, is because by going on that exploration, I found out that my itch was way more emotional and psychological than it was physiological.
Oh,
and as a
interesting.
result, and working internal issues I had, anger stuff, beliefs about all this sorts of stuff. As a result of that, my itch went down. So right now,
Down to
do I
0?
still have an itch?
Yeah.
It's not at 0, but it's probably
Okay.
at 4 out of 100.
Okay.
So to call that Tourette's is not, I don't even think of it as Tourette's. I think of it as I'm a person that has a body, and all of us have uncomfortable things. And what I come to understand, and this is for me, is that ultimately I was, in a sense, had an impulse disorder. It doesn't mean I had a neurological disorder.
I found
And
this
as I
video,
worked things,
or this old video of you, I found really compelling from 14 years ago. Do you mind if I watch it real fast for the audience? Just
Sure,
to kind of give you some background? Yeah, so this is from 14.
Absolutely.
This was 14 years ago from a local news story or something like that, right? That covered your story?
Yeah, yes.
And so, okay, let me watch it.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were about to press play.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm going to press play right now, okay? Are you okay if I press play?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought you were hitting it.
Okay. Can you play it, Dan?
We're just
Oh,
waiting
it's
with-
on me. It's
with
on me.
suspense.
You got
All right.
to hit play.
Are you ready, Mark?
I'm ready.
Okay.
A day before my 17th birthday is when I really ran into the greatest obstacle I had ever encountered with my Tourette syndrome.
A St. Louis area teenager who says he has Tourette syndrome claims he was kicked off a Greyhound bus in Indianapolis because of his disability.
I got on the bus and they made an announcement about my Tourette syndrome. And earlier in line, a lady had heard me saying some inappropriate words. And she stood up and she said, well, how come he can say this word?
With that, this Clayton High junior who turns 17 tomorrow says he was kicked off the bus in Indianapolis.
So your tick was actually to say the N word, right?
Yeah, at different times I was saying what would be the worst thing that I could possibly say in a given moment. So,
Yeah.
if I was around a fat person, I would want to tick you're fat. If I was around a black person, I would want to tick the N-word.
So at the time,
it was a nightmare.
At the time, you were on a bus, and with it seems like from this image, predominantly black, and then you said the N-word on the bus.
Yeah, to make a long story short, I had told the bus driver about my Tourette's before I got on, and then I got on the bus. Then I was taking it more, and obviously customers were complaining, and rightfully so. I mean, they had no idea what was going on. And then the bus driver, as I've gotten older, I actually thought the company dealt with it as well as they could. It's just a difficult situation. I mean, just because it's a medical disorder, although I don't see it the same way now, but of course at the time, what do you do? It's just not, I don't think it's as simple as, oh, well, this person has a disability. They just have, can do whatever they want, carte blanche. Like, it's a very difficult thing because I'm also saying something that's offending people. Luckily, nothing bad happened. I was safe. It could have escalated and gotten very bad.
So you went, okay, so let me keep watching. So you're on a bus and you said the N-word and then people got mad at you, right? So that's the kind of and then the bus driver kicked you off. Yeah. So let me keep watching.
And ultimately,
Police
after
were
a few,
called. Elliot says he was on his way home from a church youth camp when the incident happened. Elliot and his family say they've traveled all over the country and never been denied access to transportation. His family calls it a violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Up to that point.
I appreciate that you guys all made it into kind of turned it into like a crusade here and went to the local news about it and stuff because it's, I have a theory for you.
I'm ready.
Okay, cool. I think you actually fake having Tourette's. Yeah, I think you actually don't have it.
Well, but I'm open to.
Here's my.
What did you think I had?
Well, let me just break it down. I think this is kind of a funny thing. I doubt this is what happened, but maybe you just called someone the N-word on the bus, and then you're like, oh no, I have Tourette's. Because what's interesting to me, and I know that's funny, but what's interesting to me is that you've made like a whole career being a motivational speaker about how you cured your Tourette's and stuff, and that's kind of become like a big part of your identity. But what's interesting is, as somebody with Tourette's, I actually have Tourette's. I know it's not curable, so I just find that claim to be absolutely a pseudoscientific crazy claim that has no backing in science or at all. And I think you're actually, in my opinion, right, as someone with Tourette's, I think you're scamming people.
Well, first off, did you say that you have Tourette's?
I do have Tourette's.
I didn't
Isn't
know
that crazy. Yeah, I know. That's why I was so surprised when you emailed me, because I was like, I have Tourette's, and I also fucking hate Andrew Tate. I've like talked like continually and openly, relentlessly about what a piece of shit he is and how much I hate him. And what's interesting too, Mark, is that I've also talked about how much I hate Keith and Nxivm and what a psycho he is. So when I got your email, I was like, this is incredible. And I could totally see how it is you fell into a cult, because you clearly don't do any research.
You know, when I saw when I was watching one of your videos, I thought I saw you ticking. And so it did cross my mind. I said, I wonder if he has Tourette's.
Yeah, I do.
Why would you? That's so interesting. Why would you think someone would fake it? That's a pretty messed up thing for someone to fake.
No, I agree. But you've made a good living from faking it, doing like motivational stuff and writing books and stuff like that. And it's just, as far as I know, and that's just a theory, right? Because I don't know. I mean, I just have Tourette's myself, but obviously I don't know anything about you. So it's just a theory. But I just think that you can't cure it, actually. And on your website, it says you overcame it, mind over body. And that's just not possible.
But that's why, I don't know if you remember what I just said 2 minutes ago, is that we've never claimed it's a cure.
Right. Well, let's see. On the, if we pull up your website, well, when I started, you said you're 100% like over Tourette's, right? You did say that.
Yeah, well, I said that I don't think of it as I have Tourette's anymore.
Right, you don't have it anymore.
I guess what I could say is, yeah, the fact that you don't like Tate and you don't like Raniere is not a reason that I couldn't talk to someone. If anything, it's about, that's not the point of trying to find people that love him. It's if you can find people. Even if somebody hates someone, the question is, do we believe that there should be due process in this country? And are we okay with government officials or FBI agents committing crimes to convict a man? Right. So by somebody not liking it.
Yeah. But in the email.
By someone.
Yeah.
But somebody not liking him is, if anything, is definitely better. I definitely did not research deeply every single person. Obviously,
at all. Well, yeah, you didn't look. You actually didn't look into it at all. Like the most basic. But let me break it down, Mark, because in a way, I see you as.
Well, just to be very.
Okay, go ahead.
Just to be very blunt.
Go ahead. Yeah, be blunt.
Yeah, you are right. I did not do research.
Yeah.
Someone that I know, who's Keith. Currently, he's been sitting in the SHU for over 200 days. So they're basically torturing a U.S. citizen, while at the same time he has filed in the Eastern District of New York with 4 former FBI agents showing that the FBI tampered with digital evidence. And they're now escalating the torture, and they might ship him to what's known as a CMU.
Can I read an excerpt
which is a communications.
Can I read an excerpt for you? It says, this is from your website. This is your website, right? markelliott.com.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you want to beat your Tourette's? I want to help you, but currently the government has threatened to put me in jail for being public about how I completely overcame my Tourette's with Nxivm.
Yep.
So when you say completely overcame, I just assumed that meant like that you have a cure for it.
Yeah, I can address that in a second. We can talk about that. But the point is that,
can you cure like bipolar or something? Can you cure like schizophrenia? Because that would be really good for a lot of people.
The reason, so because of how big the case is, and I'm reaching out to people that have influence. I believe that even though you might hate those people, and I didn't know the depth of how much you dislike them, but okay.
No. Yeah.
Is that there's something that we can agree upon, I thought. At least
here's
that,
something,
are we okay?
Well, we can all agree on we can all agree on photos. Here's photos of his initials being branded into women who accused him of running a clandestine sex cult. Here is his initials branded into their skin. Here's an up close for you. It says his initial, Keith Ramirez, branded into their skin.
What's your point? That's not what I'm here to talk to you about.
Oh, my point. The
thing is, the point is,
right. No, that was just for fun. That was just like a funsies thing.
Yeah, but the thing
is, just like a fun little group building exercise. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Why did he do this? Because if I'm curious, I want to ask you.
The thing is, if you're gonna say things, they need to be factual.
They're just kinky. They're just a little kinky.
But Keith Raniere didn't brand anyone.
Oh, right.
He's not even in the room.
He coerced people to do it. Yeah, so coercion's a crime, actually. I think coercion is a crime. Sex trafficking usually happens through coercion, not by locking people to a radiator. So that, I think, is where we kind of disconnect there. And actually, what's crazy is the jury agreed with me. 12 people agreed.
I had told you before. I know I had told you before.
Oh, and the appeal court.
Is a crime.
Oh, what's crazy is he appealed, and then the appeals court also upheld these 7 horrific charges against him. So that's like a lot of people.
I wasn't here.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Like I had said, I had said to you in the very beginning is that I believe most of things are not true out there. That doesn't mean there isn't kernels of truth. I wanted to talk to you about something that I think is greater than Keith Raniere, the fact that we have evidence that shows that the FBI committed crimes.
Yeah, but the FBI I agree with you that the FBI is shitty and they do that kind of stuff. But even if we discount everything the FBI allegedly, or you say let's just assume for the sake of this conversation that they did do that, then you still have to explain all these other charges. Like even if he didn't have child pornography on a hard drive, right? And let's just say he didn't do it. It was a conspiracy. Or maybe they changed the metadata. There's still racketeering, forced labor, wire fraud, sex trafficking, extortion. So do you know what I mean? So there's kind of an issue here.
Well, we've been, the thing is, look, this is the first time we've ever met Ethan.
Yeah.
I said to you in the email that if you want to have more of an open, rational conversation where we can challenge things, in the first half of this, I talked to you about some of the facts that it sounded like you were agreeing with. I didn't realize that you were just trying to play me. The things that I said, I stand by. I don't need to change anything, even though now I know that I guess you were trying to have sort of a gotcha moment. But like I said, with the photos, with the woman, the HBO thing, the sex trafficking, which is a single sex act with no money exchange, these are things that if someone wants to have a conversation.
Right, but you got to understand that no money exchanged and him not doing it himself is kind of the quintessential of a cultish kind of racketeering, like manipulative, coercive act. Like he's not the first person, right? Like Charles Manson, for example. Is Charles Manson guilty of murder? Well, answer that. Is Charles Manson guilty of murder? He never did anything.
I don't know enough.
Okay, I'll explain it to you. Charles Manson, people say he was a member of a cult. His disciples went under his order or coercion to go and murder this family, right? And so his lawyer said, well, he didn't do anything. He wasn't even there. And so the question is, do you think Charles Manson is guilty? He was in jail right now for being involved in their murders, even though he wasn't there. He never held a knife in his hand. You know what I mean? And no money was exchanged. He didn't even pay them to do it.
I have.
Oh, he's dead. That's a correction. Let me issue a factual correction.
No, this is what I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about the case. Obviously, I know of Charles Manson because of of how it's been. He's a very popularized name.
He's probably innocent too, right?
Well, I don't know, but what I do believe and what I'm absolutely will stand by is that I do think no matter how hated a person is, we should be absolutely open to questioning narratives. We should be able to question.
I think
witnesses. We should be able.
I think part of a redemption of accepting people who are bad starts with them, coming to terms with what they've done.
But that's what I said from the get-go. I said, I'm not on here to try to get you to like Keith Raniere.
But
I don't know if you remember, I did say I did say to you, you can think he's the devil.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think he's the
Do you
devil.
remember, do you remember when I said that? No, but my point is,
But you're
if someone
saying-
wants
you-
to believe that,
So you're saying we need to
that's
take.
not what I'm.
You're saying we need to take the time to look at the kind of the facts and the situations and come to, like, you know, just with our whole hearts and minds, come to a rational decision.
Well, my question to you is,
That's a
do
trial.
you believe that there are? Do
That's
you
a
believe
trial,
that
by
there
the
are
way. He
circum?
lost 2 of them.
No, but do you believe that it is okay under any circumstance for the government or government officials, whether it's a prosecutor, whether it's a judge, whether it's an FBI agent, to commit a crime to convict?
Of course
a person?
not. No, never. Dude.
If we
hell
agree
no.
on that, Ethan,
Yeah.
if you and I can agree on that,
Yeah.
that's all that matters, and that's why I'm
Really?
here. I don't
that
care.
doesn't
yeah,
seem very
because-
significant. Like I mean, we can both agree that Krispy
Well,
Kreme donuts are great, taste great, but that doesn't
Why
fucking
do you-
really
why
have
do you
any.
think- why do you
that
think
doesn't
that
have
that's-
nothing to
why
do
do
with
you
like
think that's
wire
not-
fraud and racketeering.
Why do you believe that that's not significant?
Because it doesn't affect all the other unrelated crimes he was convicted of.
But no, but I think that the part where we're just missing is that
Sure.
you keep making it about this case. What I'm saying is what I'm addressing affects every single case in the United
This is
States.
bigger than Keith.
Yeah, Keith is not bigger than the justice system. If you allow or you are okay permitting government officials to commit crimes, to convict even a hated person, what you ultimately are saying is that you believe that prejudice and hate are more important than justice.
Here's you and Keith. He has really nice skin. Fuck.
The thing is, I'm trying to have I'm trying to have
No,
I'm
me
trying
too.
to have a serious conversation
No,
with
I was
you.
just struck by his
And-
really nice skin. Did he ever drop?
I'm just
his-
saying,
Yeah.
I'm just saying out of respect, I'm trying to have a conversation with you about something that affects millions of people around the justice, millions of people in the justice system and are affected by our justice system. This isn't about Keith. It is about Keith because this is the specific case and the specific evidence that we have. Do you mind if I take a moment and read some of the quotes from the FBI agents?
No, I don't want to do that. Let me ask you this. I don't even blame you because honestly, in a sense, you're kind of the victim of you know what I mean? Like you're part of this organization that clearly has some powerful hold over you. And I'm really sorry that you got somehow you're involved in this. And I just like Keith is gone. He can't hurt you anymore. You know what I mean? Like you're free, bro.
I appreciate the. I do believe that I'm free. I'm an adult
Yeah.
that makes decisions in my
Just
own
like
life.
that girl
And
in
if
the
there's
room.
just-
You're free, man. Just walk through the door.
What I can say again is, I reached out to you. I'm trying to talk about things that there's a lot of prejudice against talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You have a case that has international attention, that has a lot of hate and a lot of prejudice, and now we have that.
We keep it. We're kind of you've said that. It's okay. Listen, I really do wish the best for you, and I'm sorry that you're dealing with all this stuff. It seems like you're going through a lot, and I just, I'm sorry, man. I don't know if there's anything, do they have photos of you? Like they must have, because that was their thing, right? Keith had like blackmail
There's
photos.
no photos. I just
okay.
for anyone who's listening that wants to find out more, they can go to makejusticeblind.com and they can look at the evidence with respect to the FBI and what I've been talking about here.
This is the video, right? Evidence of historic FBI corruption. This is the one you're talking about.
Could we at least
This
watch
is
it? It's only 2
one of the
minutes.
guys is Alan Dershowitz. He
Well, he's
represented.
an attorney.
He's Epstein's lawyer.
Could we play it from the beginning? It's only 2 minutes.
You know what? I'll do that for you. We've been through a lot together.
That's awesome.
I'll play you the Dersh.
Well, no. I'm saying, can you play it from the beginning, which is the experts, which is actually what's most important.
Well, he is in this video, so I'm assuming he's an expert.
But he's under the section of advocates in the beginning of the 2 minute video. There's the whole section on experts. It's only 2 minutes. I'd be grateful if you play that at least.
He's an advocate. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If this alleged FBI malfeasance turns out to be true, as our experts say it is, then this is really historic. This is really an attempt to frame somebody based on manipulation of data. That's just unacceptable in an American court and in the American legal system.
I'm the former United.
He's the man, bro. Alan Dersh.
But the thing is there a reason you can't play it from the beginning? It's only a minute.
I'm
of the
afraid that
experts.
it's compelling. Frankly, I don't want. No, I will play it. I'll play it. I'll play it. So these people.
Yeah. That.
So these are all former FBI people. Okay, I'm gonna play it.
Some of them are former.
I owe that to you. I owe that to you.
Are,
yeah, I owe that to you. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it.
Awesome.
Experts versus Keith.
I worked in the FBI for about 10 years. It is clear that the photos in this case were planted there.
This is the most serious.
How did they get the photos to examine? Because there's apparently child pornography on the photos. It seems kind of like a hot potato. And
let's just finish,
and I hesitate to call pictures of child pornography a hot potato. You know what I mean?
They're not looking at. No one's looking at pictures of child porn. They're looking
the
at
metadata.
The files,
okay,
the file data.
Right, the metadata. Okay, got it.
Tampering with evidence that I've ever seen.
It's inescapable that the FBI proactively created fake evidence.
Data changed while I was in FBI custody. It was modified. It was altered.
In 25 years of digital forensic investigations, my privilege was with the FBI.
Zach, can you turn it down?
The amount of technical ability and premeditation to perform this fraud in the case against Mr. Ranieri, I've never seen anything like that.
In my 20 years experience with the FBI, I have never seen data manipulation, evidence tampering, anything like this on this scale.
When I first read the papers that Mr. Ranieri presented on tampering, I was shocked.
I've never seen an instance where the system threw away its credibility purely for the purpose of convicting a defendant.
If it could happen to a person who is educated, who is white, who has the complexion for acceptance, as I would say, none of us are safe.
There's no need to fabricate evidence for a guilty man. The fact that they fabricated evidence here, and to the degree that they did, shocks the conscience.
If this alleged FBI malfeasance turns out to be true, as our experts say it is, then this is really historic. This is really an attempt to frame somebody based on manipulation of data. That's just unacceptable in an American court and in the American legal system.
I'm the former United States Attorney for the Eastern District of Arkansas. In the face of this alarming evidence, there's really no excuse for the court or for the prosecutor to hide behind procedural delays and waiting to get to the bottom of this. They should take immediate action, and if they can't or they won't, the United States Attorney General should appoint an independent prosecutor. If an independent investigation determines that this tampering occurred, there must be accountability. People have to be criminally prosecuted. This is very serious.
Okay. Shortly after Mr. Ranieri's legal team first exposed this corruption, the government retaliated.
Yeah, I mean, what I know that you were playing the music, which was unfortunate, and making the jokes. You know, these are people, whether or not, again, whether you hate Keith Raniere or whatever you think about Nxivm, you know, these are very people that have served our country. Those are 4 FBI agents, other distinguished experts. There's also a former U.S. prosecutor. You know, again, if you don't want to hear that,
I do.
Agree,
you know what?
Okay.
Here's what I just want to. I'm going to give you the. Here's what I want to do. Here's what I want to do. Wait, I'm serious. I want to give you the platform. I'm just going to step away because, listen, obviously we've been doing some goofs here, and I feel I owe it to you. I'm going to step away. I'm going to sit right here and listen, but I'm not going to interrupt you. I'm just going to let you say your thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All I'll say is, first, thank you again for allowing me to come on. I didn't appreciate sort of the way it went. But even with that, what I'm talking about today and the video that you saw with these experts, these are serious, serious things that we're talking about. I think that's.
What's wrong? What happened?
Well, thank you for that. Yeah.
Do you want to give a closing statement or anything?
No, I think that they're just putting things on the screen.
Oh, it's just no. That helps people's attention span because it's a little boring, so it's a little dense. So sometimes you put Kinetic Sand or Subway Surfer, it makes it easier to listen.
Gotcha. Thank you for having me on today.
Did you see this photo of you guys, of the three amigos? Did you? I'm with you, by the way. ACAB, brother. Free my voice. You don't know how to turn off Zoom. You're trying, but you can't get away. How do you get out of this? You're trapped.
No, there's no trouble. Well, again, nice to meet you, Ethan. And thanks for having me on today.
I'm sorry to put you all through that. Ultimately, you are the victim, and I hope Ramirez dies in prison. I really do. I really do. But one day you're going to be free of this, and I'll be there to help you. I'm so sorry. This is Keith's fault that you went through this. It really is, and I'm so sorry.
Yeah, thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. All right, take care.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. Thank you. Oh, God.
He hung up.
Yeah, I know. I actually feel bad for him at the end there.
Yeah.
But to be
it's
fair,
extremely embarrassing.
But to be completely fair, this man walked into like a comet-sized chasm of a death trap. You can turn back on chat.
All right, I'll turn it back on.
Like, when I got this email from him that I read you guys, I was like, is this guy for real? And so I passed it to Dan to set it up. And sure enough, this guy thought I was an Andrew Tate defender who loves fucking Keith Ramirez. And also he didn't know I have Tourette's syndrome, which put me in kind of a unique position to talk to him about Tourette's. And that was a very stressful situation. I didn't see him ticking once. Just saying.
Must be effective.
I'm sorry. I honestly feel bad. I do feel bad. That man is crushed. But you know what? At the end of the day, definitely do a tiny bit of research for calling into one of the biggest podcasts in the world to do a live show about one of the most hated men in the world.
I will say, I really admire your ability to continue to be confrontational throughout an entire exchange. Like at some point I was like, oh man, like, is he gonna like loosen up a bit? And you,
no,
you didn't. And I mean, I stand by what you did. I love that.
I could not let him spread propaganda unchecked.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if his Tourette's was cured, it's definitely coming back after this interview.
You'd be screaming the N-word all night.
Oh my God. That was like as crazy as I hoped that could have been.
That was clean.
Yeah, I really wasn't sure what direction it was going to go. I mean, we were talking about it before the show, but I still was unsure if he was...
I'm blown away.
Being sarcastic in his email, because it was just so wrong about every aspect of you.
Right.
That it almost seemed like sarcasm. So I thought he was going to come out of the gate aggressive, but no, he seemed to just not actually research anything at all. Like even just a Google search.
Bro.
He didn't even know you had Tourette's.
Yes, I know. He didn't even, but like, if you search my name, it's probably like all highlights of me talking shit on Andrew Tate. And I've done so much content about Nxivm.
That too.
Oh. Holy fuck, dude. I don't think I've ever seen someone get cooked like that in my whole life.
That was
flawless
victory right there.
I had to walk away so you can.
Yeah, I walked away for a sec.
There one point when I was reading out every 20 charges, I was like, "This is so absurd." And it took him a long time, and he was hesitant to accept the fact that I was goofing.
You ate him up, and you
left no crumb.
There you go. He's learning. He's learning.
Clearly, he sees the best in people. So maybe that's why he had.
I mean, I'm glad you said what you said about him being a victim in a way, because I mean,
that's it. I felt
pretty
really bad.
Classic Stockholm syndrome kind of thing.
In 30 years from now, you're gonna get emails saying, "Dude, I fucked up. I'm sorry about that."
I'll be there with open arms.
Yeah,
sure.
I'm waiting for him.
Just the two of us. Bricklayers every Troy. Just the two of us.
We even got the Subway Surfer on him, dude. And the Nook. I mean, that was something else, man.
When he saw the Manson photo, my heart dropped a little bit. He made a very sad face when he saw that.
Well, I don't think he.
Three amigos.
He said he didn't know anything about Charles Manson.
Well, he's lying.
He knew something when he saw that fucking photo.
he knows about Charles Manson.
Right.
Everybody does. Enough, you know what I mean?
Sure.
He does have beautiful skin, though, Keith. I was like, whoa. He must use like, what's that serum that's really popular?
Adrenochrome?
No, not that one. Whatever. He must use The Ordinary.
That's what I was gonna say, and then I was like,
Well, they have a great product. Doesn't matter.
They do. Wonderful hyaluronic acid.
You know, fuck me, dude.
You know, this guy, it seems like he seems very nice and well, pretty well spoken, articulate, and
his heart seems good.
Yeah, and he's a good looking guy and everything. It's just, that's what I mean. It's just like a little sad. It's just why do you feel the need to die on this hill? Like, can't you, even if you think that Keith is innocent, like making that your thing to like campaign for like
he's in a
convicted sex. That's why I thought it was interesting you asked him about the photos, and maybe he doesn't have any blackmail over him.
So Nxivm is well known for holding dirt or blackmail over
it's like
someone to
Scientology.
make sure they stay in line.
Right.
And he's in a cult. I mean, it's the same way Scientologists will like follow people with cameras and fucking abuse them relentlessly. They're convinced they're right, and it's the whole world that's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks, man.
But when you have titans like Alan Dershowitz on your side, you know you're
dubs all around. The Dersh, baby.
I can't believe he's in that video. My jaw dropped.
Of course he is. That man's willing to defend goddamn Adolf Hitler.
He has never seen a pedophile that he wouldn't defend.
Right.
Alan Dershowitz.
And I mean, it's just so much stacked against Keith. He has 120 years. And I'm like, he seems to be singularly focused on the FBI tampering. So I says, okay, let's even give you that. I mean, still, this man is a prolific criminal, even without that. And then he says,
seems to think it's all. If I was understanding him correctly, it seemed like if you take out this one piece, this one photo of a 15-year-old girl, the whole thing collapses. Which, like,
it's just not.
I didn't follow the case super closely, but when I was researching, I researched quite a bit over the weekend to just familiarize myself with everything, and at least from my understanding of it, the whole metadata aspect is not the smoking gun that got him convicted. So even if you remove that, if they got a retrial and they remove that, I'm pretty certain they would still be able to find a second conviction.
Well, they had 15 victim statements. This girl who was in the photos, Camille, who says that he took her virginity when she was 15, who was in those photos, said it was him.
Right. Yeah.
Or at least I think so. I mean, I can read this.
Well, there's more too. Yeah. There's a bunch.
I don't
of
know if
text
he said it
messages
was him
between
or
them.
not. I know he's going to try to sue me if anything. Little things.
Wait, said it was who?
Camille was the girl who was in the photos, the child P word.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
And
right.
she gave a victim impact statement
after the
says,
trial. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I mean, according to her, she was groomed from like age 12, and Keith Raniere took her virginity when she was underage. So,
and he seems to think that like the fact that he coerced people and never actually carried out the crime himself somehow means he's innocent, which is like really wild. Because he's a cult leader.
Yeah, that also seems to be a lot of
that's what
human
racketeering is.
traffickers. Yeah, it's a lot of excuses in the Andrew
Racketeer-
Tate situation.
I mean, racketeering is literally that. They invented that so they could prosecute mob bosses because they never actually committed the crimes.
Right.
That's what racketeering literally is. I feel bad for him though, man. If you ever want to talk again, bro, I'm here for you. I'm not even joking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for you, man. Genuinely, if you want to turn a new leaf,
it's not your fault.
It is not. That's so on point. It's not your
It's
fault.
not your fault.
I'm genuinely here for you, bro. Because, like, People, I feel bad. As people say, when you kill someone for the first time, it really sticks with you. And they're right.
It's not your fault. This wasn't your first murder victim.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making a joke. Thank you. And then, what was your take on the Tourette's thing? Because my thing with his Tourette's is like, he's made a whole career out of being a motivational speaker because he overcame Tourette's. And obviously he didn't know Tourette's. So I was like, this is fucking incredible because nobody else is going to be able to accuse him of this shit. And
I don't think anyone else would. It's such a Larry David. You had a real Larry David moment with that.
But it is suspect. Like
I see. I don't have Tourette's, so I don't feel comfortable saying that. I mean, I think it's certainly plausible, or I don't think it's a stretch to say that he had it. And like we were talking about before the show, Nxivm, they have like their therapy was like these like 7 pseudosciences, and then also cognitive behavioral therapy was a part of it too. And that can like help reduce tics.
It helps you manage and control them.
Which it sounded like that's what he was.
He said he started backpedaling when he realized I had Tourette's.
Right.
But on his website, and when he first came on, he says, I have totally conquered my Tourette's.
Right.
That's not possible. And especially if he was walking around saying the N-word, that's like super, super, super severe Tourette's. So the fact that he went from like fully blown, like worst case scenario Tourette's to like, I'm going to sit here for an hour and not have one visible tick is really fucking
in a very stressful
insane
situation too, by the way.
Why does it lie?
At least for the second half.
But I mean,
I don't know.
to me, it's like saying, oh yeah, I can cure bipolar disease, schizophrenia, OCD. Just come talk to Keith Raniere's. He'll take care of it. Like that's just not real. And then he backed up. He said, I'm 4 out of 100 Tourette's.
Right, which that makes more sense.
Yeah,
I mean, you're saying that it was only because you called him out. I mean,
he definitely backpedaled when I told him I had Tourette's.
All right. I mean,
because he knows he can't say if he's selling some kind of course or inspirational. He can't say I cured Tourette's. So he was tiptoeing around being fraudulent.
Yeah.
Well, as somebody with 35% Tourette's, let me tell you this. I know what I'm talking about.
You'd say yours is 35 out of 100?
Yeah, 35 out of 100. He's at 4.
5% means everything.
I feel bad for him, though. That was a lot.
I bet Keith's on the phone with him right now, chewing him up way worse than you are.
I don't think Keith has access to a phone.
Oh, you don't?
Keith is about to release the photo of that guy like having a pineapple up his ass or something. That's...
So now that we have it confirmed that he wasn't coming in here, trying to argue with you or whatever, and he really did think that you would be sympathetic to his plight, was he just mass emailing like every podcast in existence, and we were just happened to be the only one that took notice? And
it could be he was copy pasting. He said, "Hi, dear H3." Oh yeah, because dude, okay. Can you say he addressed this email to Dear H3 Podcast Highlights?
Oh, I caught that. That's right.
He emailed me, Dear H3 Podcast Highlights. And I was about to erase it because I was like, this is a bot or some fucking Indian farmer who's trying to.
Why the hell?
But then I was like, oh shit. My name is Mark Elliott. I'm an award-winning speaker who lived with Tourette's for 20 years, and I beat it completely. So already I'm perking up like, oh, what the fuck? And then I was part of the now infamous Nxivm. I was like, what?
Yeah,
and then he goes, I recently saw your coverage of poking holes in Andrew Tate narrative.
Yeah, that's really the part. Because up until that point, it could be like, oh, you were in the Nxivm call and you want to like talk about your experience and stuff?
Well,
then, it's the Andrew Tate
when he said he beat...
go off the rails a little bit.
No, it was when he said he beat Tourette's. That's when he went off the rails for me. I was like, yo, this guy's wild.
Somebody in the chat just said he was on Theo Vaughn's podcast once.
No fucking shot.
I'm watching that right now.
Talking about what?
He talks about his Tourette's at one point, the part I'm watching.
So this is what I'm saying. This guy's built a whole career. He's on tour telling people they can cure their Tourette's if they stop being pussies about it.
Right, which again would have made sense if he knew that you had Tourette's and was specifically reaching out to you.
No,
you're a famous influencer that has it, but it wasn't even that either. It's
Dear
like,
H3 podcast highlights. Let me send you an image of this because I think it's worth seeing. Yeah, that thumbnail's good, Cam. Obviously, I didn't want to title it because I didn't want to give the game away, and that's why I disabled chat too and made a very cryptic title because I really wanted this to land. And
yeah,
did.
The name of Theo's episode is "The Man Who Overcame Tourette's."
See, now to me, that's insanely fucking offensive. You don't overcome Tourette's, and the implication is that everyone else is weak. That everyone else is just being a giant pussy who hasn't been enlightened yet. You don't. It's not something you overcome. It's something you live with and you learn to live with. It's crazy. You can't. It's just fucked up to put that into the world. Like, oh yeah, did you get your Tourette's cured yet? Like people that watch that, it's crazy. By the way, let me send you this. I just want to show you so you can pull it up because this email is pretty iconic. And he was emailing you quite a lot, right, Dan? So he had a lot of opportunities to look into the show.
this all started like over 2 weeks ago, and so again, if you know, I ever found myself in a position where I was being invited on a podcast, I don't know why that would ever happen. But if I did, I would probably at least Google once.
Well, but he emailed you like 30 times.
That's what I'm saying. Is like there was plenty of time, and there was back and forth and stuff as we tried to land on a date to do this, and I don't know.
Can you pull an excerpt?
Next time, do a little bit of research.
Just a little. But that's what I said. I understand how you fell into this cult. I mean, you have zero critical thinking abilities.
At no point, and there was quite a bit of back and forth, but it was very formal and brief just about the logistics. And I didn't go out of my way to try and mislead him that we were going to somehow be.
We didn't say anything.
It's very just like, hi, nice to meet you. What dates would work for you?
I did the same. I didn't want to be guilty of misleading him or entrapping him. He emailed me. I responded with simply, I forwarded it to Dan. I don't think I said, hi, Mark, would you be interested in calling into our show? That's all I said. He said, hi, H3, thanks for getting back to me. I'd love to. When were you thinking? Then I tagged Dan. I said, I'll have my producer, Dan, email you. So like there was no...
Yeah, and the rest of it is just like technical stuff.
We handled that like very professionally. Can you show that email? I want to show how you addressed it to...
Here, I'll just screenshot. I guess it doesn't show any. There you go. Dang.
Yeah, here. This is the email I got. He addressed me as Dear H3 Podcast Highlights. So...
Very odd.
Yeah, he's just... I don't know, man. Like, do you see how, in a way, if you're really impressed by Keith, you should be really impressed what I just did. So,
well, you haven't cured any neurological disorders or anything, so.
Well, a stupid neurological disorder. I think he just got a pretty strong dose in how not to be stupid. I don't know.
Healed me from poverty.
Do you find any good excerpts from the Theo Von? Because I'm sure he's out there being like, yeah, I cured this shit. Everyone else is a giant lame-o.
Also, just real quick, I want to give a little bit of a shout out to somebody on Reddit known as Incorruptible BK, who runs the Nxivm case subreddit. You were a massive help in researching this weekend. You've really stayed on top of this whole case and tracked it. I found a lot of fantastic information on there. And I see...
Are they buzzing?
I see 55 minutes ago that Incorruptible BK posted a link to our episode on that subreddit. It said, maybe too late to catch it live, but Ethan Klein brought Mark Elliott on his podcast and is just absolutely toying with him. So shout out to Incorruptible BK for your assistance.
Thank you, Nick Clark, for the 20. He says, I'm wheezing right now. Bella Simmons, who's a legend, said that was amazing. Billiam Whatlicker. 5 gifted. Thank you. God bless. Nick Clark, 50. That man was a rotisserie chicken. Are you watching the Theo Von thing?
Yeah, nothing too interesting yet.
Yeah, if you guys don't mind, because I didn't eat breakfast today, can you bring out We got Subway. I'm just going to eat to the side. I don't want to just disrupt the experience or anything, but God damn, that went like way because I was to be honest, we were talking last night. We were kind of nervous. So I was like, I don't know how this is going to go.
Sorry.
I mean,
yeah, I still didn't even know what his attitude was. Because, like, again, you can read that same email as him being kind of sarcastic towards you.
I didn't see that. I thought it's exactly what I thought it would be. In terms
It was.
of
No, you absolutely, it was. Yeah.
The top comment on Theo Von's is very inspiring to have a man who beat Tourette's and a man who beat Down syndrome in the same room talking.
I think Theo probably jokes that he has Downs or something.
So this guy's been on tour for 4 years. He was on Theo Von's show. You know.
Well, that would have been was 4 years ago before everything came crashing down on Nxivm?
Yeah, it must have been. Because when I watched the first documentary about Nxivm, Keith was still out. He was still at large. And then at one point he was on the run in Mexico. I don't know the whole timeline. I feel bad for him, though, honestly, at the end of the day. He was even in the face of, like, being called out, he was very mild-mannered. I don't know.
That's what I was saying. It's just, it's sad that this dude could probably, make something of himself in something that isn't defending a convicted child predator.
Well, anyway.
Branch out.
If you're
Branch out a
there,
little bit.
If you're out there watching, Mark, I'm here for you, buddy. I'll adopt you like Adin Ross.
That's sweet.
I already have 2 kids, but fuck it.
What do you think? I won't
Aiden
say.
have a brother.
I won't say their name to call them out, but what do you think of this comment in the chat that we were bullying him and it was really hard to watch?
We were bullying him. There's no question about it. That's why I feel bad.
Bullying me.
But at a certain point, this man, he's so special because I can bully him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's worthy of being bullied.
I mean,
for how dumb it was to approach me, he's literally part of a sex cult. He's defending a pedophile rapist.
Yeah, I think the point where the sympathy kind of disappeared for me is when he wouldn't outright say it, but heavily implying that the child R-word victim was just making it up and lying.
I would say that's worse than bullying.
Yeah, that's pretty scummy.
This girl who was brave enough to come out,
Mhm.
who's
Kind of
been
worth
brainwashed from
bullying
the
them.
age of 12. This
Yeah.
man, he all but said she's lying.
Yeah,
And
he
then there's
didn't
50
want to fully say that, but
Mhm.
Read between the
There's
lines.
15 other victims
They're all making it up.
and he goes, well, they're not under oath. It's basically like a random tweet.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, good thing. Yeah, they don't even know each other. They weren't even like known associates.
Is that the girl he said was just kinky too?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a psycho.
He was kinky. They were just kinky.
That was embarrassing.
Yikes.
So yeah, listen, I think we were definitely bullying him. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't know if it was bullying. To be honest, I'm being facetious, but we definitely grilled him hard, and he walked into a giant trap, and we were talking about something very serious, and I wanted to. Yeah, it's just, what am I justifying? Shut up. If you're uncomfortable, it's not for you. Go join Nxivm.
Agreed.
They're
They're all about
welcoming
peace
than
and
I
love
am.
over there.
How's a sandwich?
It's actually really good. Just give me a sec. Just give me 1 sec.
Give you a sec to eat.
Yeah, just give me.
Kind of doing a show here.
Lunchtime.
No. Just give me a sec.
Okay.
Can I get a straw? Oh, there it is. Okay. Cool.
Love Subway.
That Nxivm dude is still watching. Like, what the fuck?
Should have done this while you're still on the call. Yeah, hold on, Mark. I just gotta eat real quick.
That's perfect. Just the one. Thank you. Thank you. Small drink.
¿Eso no al precio regular o libre?
A mí se quedaría un sándwich grande, pero cuando agarré un sándwich a precio normal,
¿You want to receive? No, thank you.
¿está bien?
Sí.
Yes, please.
got a meatball sandwich and a current with extra sauce. No, just a little bit. Perfect. That's perfect, just the one, thank you. Thank you. You want to check again or small drink? Me quería preguntar, mire. Sí, pero no. A ver, ¿es uno al precio regular o libertad?
Dice que daría un sándwich grande, pero cuando agarré un sándwich a precio normal,
¿You want to receipt? No, thank you. Okay.
¿está bien?
Sí.
Yes, please.
or sandwich in it, extra sauce. No, just a little bit. Perfect. That's perfect, just the one, thank you. Thank you. You want to check it again? Smaller. Sí, pero no. Pero, a ver, H3TV, ¿es uno al precio regular o libre?
A mí se me daría un sándwich grande, pero cuando agarré un sándwich a precio normal,
You want to receive? No, thank you. Okay.
¿está bien?
Sí.
Can you have a plate? Yes, please.
And that's why that interview was really, I felt really bad for him. But thank you. Thank you. I'm done with my lunch now.
You good?
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Okay.
It was a
Good job.
long combo I did. Excuse me. I know some people don't like when I munch, so I thought I would take the time, move the mic away from my mouth, and just eat my lunch like a civilized person, and you guys didn't have to hear me chewing.
Yeah, I think the fan base actually really appreciates that since they so frequently.
I'll be totally honest. 38,000 people still watching. That's more than I thought.
You know,
And that's how you know this is a cult. Fuck Nxivm. Y'all just watched me eat Subway for 20 minutes in dead silence. No podcast has the balls, bro, to bring you 20 minutes of dead air. That's confidence. You know what I mean? They say the geniuses have to know the rules before they break them. And that's what 20 minutes silently eating Subway is. Oh, by the way, so I wanted this to be really authentic. I sent Zach out. They wanted to get ambient sounds, but I said no.
Yeah, to be clear, this is completely Ethan's brainchild. He was very excited and passionate about the segment.
Where are you, Dan?
I was kind of nodding off a little bit, so I leaned the scorpion chair back.
Okay, can't see it.
Can you not see me?
Well, show the pic of Zach. Yeah,
There he is.
there's your beautiful eyes.
Like the neighbor from Home Improvement.
Wilson?
Wait, show Zach. Or do I have it?
It's in the doc.
Oh,
It's in the doc.
I sent Zach out, our sound boy, on a very special mission. I don't know where it is in this document.
At the top right here, I have a highlight.
Here it is. Check it out. I wanted this to be genuine as possible. There's Zach at Subway recording.
You know, I noticed something while we were listening to it. I could hear Zach chewing.
Yeah, I wanted to, so like I crinkled the paper, and Chantal went with me, so she was my co-engineer on this. Just we let the mic roll for like 20 minutes, and the staff at Subway were really cool. I said I go to Pierce College, and we're doing a semester project. Is it cool if we get some ambient noises? And they were really cool.
Well, so we identified a problem going in. I think it was Zach said, well, Subway always plays music. I says, you got to go in there and just tell them to turn off the music. Ask them to turn off the music for 30 minutes.
And they did.
And they did.
Yeah, so it was really cool of them. So shout out to that Subway stuff.
Yeah, and good job, Zach.
Thank you.
I knew that the Subway ambient sounds were important, and they were good.
Thank you.
They were. I was there, in Subway.
Now, did you
transported you?
Did you hear the little fart that made its way into that? Somewhere in that loop?
I
think it went by twice.
I think it was just me.
Oh, maybe you were farting. I mean, it could have been. But what do you think? I mean, the chat's talking about it too. They're all talking about Fartgate.
Did you fart, Zach?
Did you fart, Zach?
I didn't fart.
I mean, you were recording. It's a sensitive mic.
I don't know, dude.
I'll tell you what, that sandwich hit hard, bro. Ooh,
Subway?
man.
You know, sometimes it hits the spot.
Dan, can you show? I'm talking to the back of a screen.
This is very rude, Daniel.
I mean,
this is quite rude, Daniel.
I've told you this chair is kind of uncomfortable, and I'm kind of comfortable right now.
Okay, I won't push you.
All right, fine. Hold on.
That was the perfect way to decompress after a stressful call, too.
You know, I was thinking like, this interview is probably gonna get some new eyeballs because it was pretty wild. So it's like someone's like, "Oh, let me check out this H3. I heard this interview is good." So they watch the interview, and they're like, "Oh, let me watch the rest of the episode." Then it's just me sitting there silently eating Subway for 20 minutes.
Well, Jared Fogle and Keith Raniere have a lot in common. They both wear glasses and other reasons.
Right. I think Keith lost weight. I think he was a little bit bigger back in the day, potentially.
He defeated
Maybe from Subway.
He defeated being fat, mind over body.
And both are innocent.
Mm-hmm.
They've been. It's a good big
lot. Yeah,
conspiracy.
free Jared, dude. Hashtag free Jared, my
Free
dude.
Jared
Bring
is
back
one
the
of-
$5 footlong.
Jared is one of the greatest stories of all time. It's just like the downfall of Jared. He's like this not only is he like a predator, a child P-word predator, they get him on a call like salivating. The call was so gross, bro.
Jared has gone full Joker.
I think Discovery Plus is about to drop a docuseries on him, too.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Jared, my boy. Why'd you have to go fuck kid? Or I don't know if he did. He just had it. All right, let's
Jared
not
has
ruin a
gone
good time.
full
Let's not
Joker.
ruin a good time by talking about that stuff.
Yeah. No, we're having fun here.
Yeah, so what else we got here today? Thanks for joining us today. Subway, Meta, Mark, Nxivm, Courier, yeah. And I guess we have Landlord TikTok. So that's pretty good.
Landlord TikTok.
We've
We
been
also
do-
have the guy who talks shit to the delivery robots, which really cracked me up.
I love him. Let's watch that then. So there's this account, Film the Robots, LA. Goes around LA area trying to get into altercations with food delivery robots.
Which maybe we should just explain that is a thing, because I
I
don't know
didn't-
if it's that common outside of major cities like LA.
I did not know this was a thing.
I've seen them around.
So what are they delivering?
It's like Uber Eats and shit, or like
Yeah, food.
DoorDash and all those.
The office
Postmates.
buildings.
Yeah, they're generally in like downtown areas. I recognized it. It seemed like these videos were all in like the core city area of LA.
Yeah, they go up and down Melrose all the time.
Yeah, that's where me and Lena first saw them. Went to Hollywood that time.
Fucking hate them.
This is how
they're real pieces of shit.
Scary.
This is how worthless you are as workers. They invented a fucking robot to avoid paying you minimum wage, barely minimum.
And it's
wage.
awesome because the robot probably cost a shit ton, and it's so much worse.
It's
at
so
delivering
slow.
things.
They're
so bad.
Like, dude, you're not even paying them minimum wage with that. Well, they got to pay for their own cars, and that's still too much for you.
I can't do that.
They still got to outsource that. Let's watch. Here's two robots blocking each other. I like this guy. Bring it to the robots. Fuck them.
Fucking
Hey,
idiots.
turn on your fucking lights. Turn on your fucking lights.
Yeah.
Turn on your lights,
They
man.
need to be on.
No, he's absolutely right.
Nolan, turn on your fucking lights. This is reckless. Now, I want to see you navigate that asshole up there.
Is it really that many robots?
Fucking sidewalk.
They're just colliding,
Let's see you figure this one out.
taking up the whole damn sidewalk,
Let's
too.
go around it. Why don't you tell your boy to move the fuck out of the way? You guys are a hazard. Push him.
He's
Run right
speeding,
into
dude.
him. You don't even know what to do. You're gonna have to go around because his dumb ass is sitting there. You don't have any fucking lights.
Idiots.
Dumbass Nolan doesn't have any lights, and Paige is just in the way.
This is great tech. The man has a point. Fire the workers. Oh, okay.
I
Kind of
hope
a
he
good
gets straightened
maneuver.
up. Oh, now the Paige is moving. They got some zombies.
How is this
following them,
fucking worth using?
Did you hear what he said there?
No.
He's like, now we got a
That's
couple
why I love
zombies following the robot.
Oh, this is super weird. I didn't know these robots were a thing. Daring one to run over his foot. Okay. Lawsuit incoming.
You fucking touch me. You touch me. You touch me. You touch my fucking foot. You touch my foot. Don't you touch my foot. You touch my foot. It's a private person's arrest. Don't you touch it. Don't
I love
you
the idea of
touch
someone watching over like the webcam on the robot. Just being like, what in the fuck?
No, they probably know this guy by now. Not this guy again.
Yeah.
That's yeah, back up, Zed. That's right, Zed. Yeah, Zed. Yeah.
How soon until people start smashing these? This is like real life loot boxes, man.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
I'm surprised they're
Real
not.
life loot box.
People used to like smash bird scooters all the time. This is the new meta.
What?
It's the new meta.
Okay.
Could just
what
follow
the
them.
Fuck is this?
So those are the ones that I've seen.
I hate these things.
Is this real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have never seen that.
Oh, I've seen these in a few places. They have them as like patrolling outside buildings.
It's really just to harass unhoused people.
Yeah, basically.
What does it do?
It makes annoying noises.
Does it have a fire flamethrower on it?
It's not armed.
Is it made by NASA?
I think honestly, I think all it really is a fucking security camera that can roll around. It's
And
effectively
it makes
all
annoying
it is.
noises to clear people out. And if it's like something unruly, they'll call the real police.
Right.
Okay. That's pretty cool. How much did that cost? $2.5 million. Okay. How much do you pay your security guards? Minimum wage.
You know where I saw them? Was speaking of wasting money on this bullshit. They always have them patrolling outside of fucking Kaiser Hospital.
Kaiser?
Mm-hmm.
The one in East LA or whatever?
The one in Hollywood, yeah.
These motherfuckers got robots outside and I gotta wait. Like,
That's what I'm saying. You don't have anything better you can spend that money on?
Yeah. Let's get another doctor here so I can fucking see a doctor without waiting. You got robot money?
Fuck you, bitch.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You
I'm
ain't
with
shit.
you. Is it
I've
really
been
playing
punking your
space
boy,
music?
the delivery
Yeah.
driver. He ain't shit. You acting like you're fucking tough. With your stupid ass sounds. Fucking egghead. Yeah. Look at me. You ain't scaring nobody. those dumbass sounds.
Is this
Fuck
a-
outta here.
I think this
Penis
guy might
looking-
start a revolution.
He's
I'm
getting
on it,
ready.
dude. We gotta fight back.
Yeah,
Fucking
I
penis
agree.
robot.
I'm feeling hostile to these robots. I don't like what they represent.
Me neither.
I like him. His name is Films the Robots LA, so we love that for him. Here's a robot driving by that he road rages.
Look at you. Yeah, your mother's a washing machine. That's right, Felicia. Your mother's a fucking washing machine.
That's awesome. Holy fuck, dude. This is really happening out there? I had no idea.
Yeah, right here in Los Angeles.
I think a lot of people who aren't here are going to be shocked by what they're saying.
You know, I figured that. I have seen in the chat people throwing out, you know, not small towns by any means, cities, but, you know, places other than like LA, New York, San Francisco, which is where I assumed it would have been. I saw somebody say they have them in Phoenix, which, you know, is like a medium-sized city. And
I'll be back.
I think I saw a couple places in Texas too, people shouting out. So yeah, they're spreading.
Well, this is happening. This is happening right under our nose. They're being deployed nationwide.
Somebody just said we have them in Charlotte, North Carolina. So there you go.
Even in
Yeah.
North Carolina, don't you guys see what's happening?
I'll be back.
They get him in there delivering food as a guise. Yeah, we all goddamn know that these robots are horrible at delivering food. It's so stupid. You would way rather pay someone with minimum wage. There's something else going on.
Baby.
Also, clearly the robot isn't gonna deliver it to your door. Like it
you
probably
have
it can't get upstairs. It can't do anything like that. So like, it's
fucking
genuinely
hate
just
this
like
guy.
seems like it's a worse experience in every way.
That's
like a
what I'm-
downgrade.
Wait, what the? Cam, you took this video?
Yeah, in Massachusetts.
Where the fuck is this thing do?
They have these
He's
fucking.
got googly eyes here. But
How about just lower the price of eggs?
true face.
Yeah.
What does it do?
That fucking thing is designed to detect spills in the grocery store. Like a human can't do that. But it really just gets in the fucking way. I hate Marty the robot.
Detect spills?
Yeah.
Like a dude with a mop isn't better?
Right.
What?
Fuck you, Marty the robot, if you're watching.
Idiot. Dumbass.
Moron.
Step to the side,
Piece of
robot.
shit.
Step to the side, robot. Step to
love
the
dumbass.
side. Step to the side. You better figure it out. You better figure it out, Jordan. You got room. You got plenty of room. You can navigate that, can't you, Jordan? Jordan, if you can't navigate that, you shouldn't be on the road.
He's
Don't they
right.
put
See,
you
that's
guys
true.
through Some
Yeah.
sort of agility test. Come on, Jordan. You got to do it. Somebody's food is getting cold. Hi, hello. Go ahead. You ain't gonna buy me off with a little hello. You're afraid. You're afraid that if you touch my foot, I'm gonna file a private person's arrest on your ass. Jordan. Get on with the delivery. Get out of here. Get out of here.
He can't even get over a little crack. Look at his ass bounce back.
And then like it's like right.
Okay, this has
it's like
nothing
right,
to do with me.
like you-
It's TikTok. That's pretty funny. I like that.
Back.
So do you guys like the one where a Twitch streamer pretends to steal her own phone? Some dog getting run over? I don't love that.
Just so you know, we are at 3 hours, so you are not obligated to. Although 20 minutes of that, I guess, was just you eating a Subway sandwich. really
Yeah,
slowly.
honestly, I wasn't sure how we would go on after that interview.
It was nice as a palate cleanser. I know you probably don't agree. I feel like it went on maybe just a little too.
That's what makes it funny.
I feel like we
Dan.
went through the whole. It's going on too long, and now it's funny. And I feel like we arrived at like the secondary. Okay, now it's really not funny.
No, but that you push through that. You don't.
But I feel like we already got through the first one. Like it's
There's
like,
another
oh,
step,
funny,
though.
and then it's like, okay, this is getting old.
If
And
it
it's
was-
like, okay, it's gone so long, it's funny again. And then we arrived at no, for real though.
You're wrong.
Okay.
If it was up
one
to
man's
me,
opinion.
I had to do this for 3 hours.
Just one man's.
And then people really called me avant-garde.
Oh God, don't put it back. Ian, what are you doing?
No, I'm not gonna do that again. I don't even like those chips.
What kind of chips?
You're gonna hate me, but they're just not good.
Oh, Miss Vicky's jalapeno. Those are the shit.
It's just not hitting for me. Take it, Dan. Be good. Be with God. Dan just snatched my chips. You guys, okay, so let's do one more story. Do you guys want landlord TikTok, buccal fat removal, buckle fat removal?
I can't jerk off to this.
Or Twitch streamer steals their own phone. Let's do a poll, Dan. Let the people decide.
Oh, the Twitch streamer steals their own phone.
Let's let the people
That's
decide.
snappy. It's funny.
You just want to eat your chips, bro. I need you to work right now.
Okay. So what's the option?
Buckle fat removal. Twitch streamer steals their own phone.
How the fuck do you spell that again?
Buccal.
Uh-huh.
Landlord TikTok.
Landlord.
So landlord TikTok, buckle, and phone. So there's 3 options.
Streamer steals own phone.
Everybody look at your phone right now.
Let's ask the community.
Different perspective.
Different perspectives.
That's what Mark needs. He needs to talk to Gary V. Then at least he'll just take his money, not his. You know what Mark needs? He needs a V friend.
Now, put that phone down. Different perspectives.
Let's see. Oh, streamer steals her own phone's a big.
Seems to be a blowout.
Lots of
for streamer
interesting.
steals
Okay,
phone.
Dan, you were right. Actually, you were right on the money.
It's a very cringe clip. So.
As you usually are.
Sometimes.
Is being right so frequently a burden or a blessing?
It's a burden. Because you're held to such a high standard.
Right.
Impossible standard, really. I'm just going to fart.
Maybe you should intentionally get things wrong so that you could be more of a middle.
That's what I do. Anytime you see me make a mistake or say something incorrectly, factually untrue, I'm really trying to lower the bar a little bit, not to intimidate you.
Dan is the man.
Very smart. All right, well, let's do it then. Our final story of the day is a Twitch streamer. She's Polish.
No,
that's the never
She's
mind.
from Singapore.
Yeah, no, I was looking at the dog run over one.
No.
What the fuck was this dog one? She hit a dog on
She
like.
hit it. Yeah, she
had a
hit
Keemstar
dog.
moment.
Yeah, she was
That's
driving.
sad.
She's like, "Why are there so many dogs on the road?" A few seconds later, checks her phone.
Did she just run it down?
Yeah.
Oh, she's on her phone.
She got out of the car. It's pretty fucked up. You can
I'm
hear
not going to
the
show the
dog-
video, but I'm going to watch it. Here, play it.
No, don't play the sound.
Oh, this
I
sounds
think
bad?
You
It's
can
really
hear the
bad.
dog
Don't play
whimpering
it.
at the end.
Oh, don't
Yeah.
play the sound.
Jesus Christ.
And then
dude.
she got banned.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah,
I
she got
can't-
Oh yeah,
banned.
she got
I
back.
can't.
It's not clear if
Keemstar's still allowed on Twitch, and he ran over a dog on Christmas Day.
Didn't stream it, though.
Right. That is really sad. That is really sad. Man. She was driving her car talking to chat. Why? What are you doing? Is that legal in Poland?
No, probably not.
A split moment, something could be heard hitting the car. That's really sad.
Did the dog die?
I could not find that out.
Oh, you know what? I think I read that the dog was fine. She just ran over
Yeah, exactly. The dog is okay.
Well, that's a
what she's
happy
been
ending.
saying. That's what she's saying. To be fair, which is
Yeah, I saw
well,
that.
obviously.
Have we seen the dog?
Well,
Do we know?
dude, I hope she's not lying. That what
That
a
would
way
be
to
crazy.
dig your grave even deeper. Jesus, you
Yeah.
hit a dog
Well,
and
actually-
lied about it dying.
I feel like if you ran over a dog, the first thing you would show to your stream is proof of life. No?
No, I would have kept driving.
Well, actually, Mark Elliott made a statement. He's in favor. He's saying the girl is innocent.
That's a joke.
Thank you. All right, let's get to the main story here. Not about dead dogs. Okay, so this one is Kira Kitty, 21-year-old Twitch streamer from Singapore, who does study, chat, and bikini streams. I saw a lot of people being like, "Oh, I hate her. She's the worst." So, does she have some kind of reputation, or is it just whatever? Like typical woman streamers.
She's like a IRL streamer.
Why
what do you mean by that, Ethan?
No, because like there's an army of incels that shit on all women
I see.
streamers.
Okay, typical,
especially ones that wear like bikinis or whatever.
Right. I got
So is it just that, or has she done actual other things?
I don't know.
She has an
She's been streaming
OnlyFans.
for a long time, so I'm sure.
If none of us are familiar, we probably shouldn't.
She also apparently has a website where she
another.
sells bathwater, farts, and stockings. I'm on her
Oh.
link tree.
She sounds based then.
Yeah,
she used to be involved with like Ice Poseidon back in the days. I remember.
Oh, she's probably a terrible person then.
No. But she hasn't been streaming with anyone on like the Ice Poseidon community in a long time.
So yesterday she was having a study session in the library when her phone streaming camera was suddenly taken away. Here's the clip. I can see why she people just sit in the library and stream that. Like, what this shit's out of control. What are we doing here? She's okay. I just did Subway for 20 minutes. Who am I?
Okay, I was about. Wasn't sure if you were self-aware when you were saying that or not, but I'm glad you.
No,
you
but the
landed
way
on
I
that.
did it was interesting. The way that they did it wasn't.
You're a
cool or
fucking
interesting.
hypocrite.
So here it is. Let's just watch. By the way, is Singapore like a gorgeous country? Because this is the nicest library I've ever seen.
Singapore is very wealthy.
I was like, holy shit, this is like the future of libraries.
Before people get mad at me, I'm sure the wealth inequality there is also insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's it's sort of the banking center of Asia. So there's a lot of like finance and stuff that happens there, and
She travels.
there's a lot of
so
wealth in Singapore.
This might not even be Singapore. I know she travels a lot, but just putting
It's
that
a
out there.
very nice library.
Wherever it is a great library.
Beautiful, really.
Stunning.
Wait, when did the snatch happen? Because
Right at the beginning, right here.
This is the snatch.
This is.
But why is it already streaming then?
She was streaming from her phone. So
she went. Did she go to the bathroom
thief-
or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she got up, went to the bathroom, kept streaming. Riveting stuff here.
Because that was her study space. Was right there.
There was a clip that went kind of viral of another IRL streamer who got her phone stolen. So I'm guessing she got inspiration from that.
Okay, here it is. So someone is snagging her phone. Anyone in that library is not stealing anything. Look at that. What library has ambient lighting, dude? Oh, so she dropped the phone. It showed her face, and then she immediately ended the stream in embarrassment. Funny.
Come on.
Now, so when the phone was dropped by the quote thief, it was revealed that it was Kira Kitty who pretended to steal her own phone, then abruptly ended it. It's unclear whether she'll face any consequence. What consequence?
I mean,
Just people in comments are saying that they hope people ban her, and this is stupid.
Okay. You could have so
streamers
easily
shouldn't
played
be
that off that
allowed.
she was just fucking around.
Yeah, totally could have just. She did let out a few giggles before ending it, but people were like, the fact that she ended it and didn't talk about it is very embarrassing.
I have no.
He's just having a big joke.
I have no problem with it. She's just trying to make interesting content. Who gives a fuck? She's sitting in a library. Of course, it's.
I don't think she should get in trouble.
Oh my
I think
god,
it's a
she
little
sits in a
embarrassing.
library in a bikini. That's kind of interesting.
Now we're talking.
I thought there was no shoes, no shirt, no service.
Compelling content.
This is good
So,
stuff.
so here, okay, now I get why people are watching. This is good. You can sit in a bikini in a library?
This.
Why not?
This is what
I mean,
I'm
with that
watching.
lighting, she's basically in like a tanning bed, getting some rays.
You know, we got nice libraries here in LA too.
Yeah, right, bro.
Excuse me. When's the last time you've been to the Central Library?
Does it have well lit?
It
does.
Shelves
Very
with
well lit.
women in bikinis?
I don't know about the bikini.
Bro, if you go to a public library in LA, all you're gonna see is like a homeless dude jerking off.
You are so.
Yo. Never mind.
How dare you?
If you go to a public
I stand
library,
the library.
you're 100% guaranteed to see an old weird vagrant
You will
jerking
never.
off.
It's very safe and clean
on a
in the Los
computer.
Angeles public library system.
You know what,
a
Dan?
beautiful-
You know what, Dan? I'm sorry, Kim. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You go for it. Go for it, Zach.
I support the library system, but Ethan is 100% right.
Oh God, come
0%.
on.
I've actually
Doing?
gone to the libraries here a lot, and they're very nice.
Me
Look,
too. I
hold
love
on.
them.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at
We
this
have good
fucking-
libraries here.
Look at
That's
this
where
fucking
I'd get
You
photo.
could
all
say
my
lots
science fair
of
stuff.
lots of shitty things about LA, and you'd be right.
They
But
have
the
this
libraries are nice.
beautiful mural in there. There's no people jacking off in there. Maybe there's
Yeah, look
people
at
in
this.
bikinis.
That
I
is
didn't
gorgeous.
see anybody in a bikini.
It's a gorgeous building.
but
Dude, I've seen so many people take a shit in the planter At the
Which
one
library?
by me.
Which one?
The one in the valley.
So many people take a shit in the planter.
How many times have you
Zach,
seen that happen?
you literally shit on somebody's lawn.
You are that guy. It was probably
a
you.
lawn. It was a lawn. It wasn't a library.
All right.
It's worse. It's private property. It's somebody's house.
Dan does have a good point, Zach.
It was a lawn. I'm not
Just
an animal.
saying. Wow, this is gorgeous. Where's a good place to jerk off in this joint?
The public computers, man. You know how many fucking creepers are tossing off there?
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm scared to even look at their monitors or at them when I see people like that.
It's all sticky, dude.
Oh, no.
And just to plug the LA Public Library a little bit more, they have public 3D printers
For
at
free.
the Central Library now that you can come in and use for free.
That
Get a load
is
of this. Get a load of this.
Are they
super cool.
incredible.
Paying you, Dan? Like, why are you?
Yeah.
The library is a good resource. Everyone should sign up. They
Sign
got
up.
free-
Get a library
free
card.
Adobe
This
software.
fucker, man.
Free
Look at nice
printer.
card, actually.
It's a beautiful card.
Don't show the back. Don't dox your number.
Look at that. You hear that?
People are gonna check out.
No.
Dude.
I'm gonna check out 1,000
Dude,
books.
people are
never
gonna check out
return
so
them.
many books with your card.
I'm gonna have so many overdraft fees. Look at this guy. Yeah, he's got
You know,
a rare one.
The one time I got sent to collections, I didn't have credit. I didn't even know anything about it when I was in college, but I checked out a book from the school library for a project, and I forgot to return it. They sent that shit to collections for like $500.
Wait, the school?
Yes.
They legit sent you to collection?
Yes.
That's
and then I
insane.
found out like years later when I was like trying to do something with credit, I never knew. And they're like, there's a huge red flag on your credit report.
No.
Yeah, a fucking book from the
For
library.
a book?
Huh?
Dude, that's the Seinfeld episode, the library card.
Yeah.
Was this public school or college?
UCSC.
Oh, it was college. Okay.
Yeah.
Fucked. That is fucked.
This is so funny. It's unclear if she'll face consequences, but some commenters are calling for it. What are you talking about, dummies? A comment under the Reddit live stream fails uploaded said, honestly, at this point, I wish our mods would go back to banning streamers. I don't know. I don't care about what you guys. This is so
Why
embarrassing.
are people taking it so seriously? It's embarrassing.
I personally, I don't even think it's a problem. Like, people are making content on this platform all the time, doing all
Also-
kinds of outrageous shit. Who cares?
The outrage around like bikini streamers and like whenever they do anything wrong, people just come down super hard on them because they don't want them on the platform.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Adin Ross, by the way, he goes, I think, dude, this just happened. Think about this. He put out a statement. I think hot tub booby streamers, whatever, need to be banned from Twitch. Meanwhile, I'll be on Kick streaming porn.
Porn to a bunch of teenagers.
Like, bro.
He's so dumb.
You
Holy
are the
fuck.
so dumb, dude. So dumb.
Quite dumb.
Okay, that's the story. Well, she's acquitted. I face consequences. We need to. The Twitch governing body needs to make a statement on this egregious act. So many. This is the worst thing about Twitch is all these fucking sweaty incel basement dwelling fucking weirdos.
Gamers. Just say gamers.
Gamers, yeah, gamers. We need to hold her accountable. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, fuck, that was a whole journey. I mean, the interview was really everything.
That was the centerpiece of the episode for sure.
So by the way, so we put in the new thumbnail. So now we need a good title. Obviously this one. So let's say
The Virtues of the Los Angeles Public Library.
no, Cameron.
Not
The best
clickbait.
interview I've
Zach will
ever
come take a
done.
shit in its planter.
No.
Los Angeles Library.
Perfect.
How about this? Debating Nxivm cult member? Is that too harsh?
Here's the
Well,
thing.
you
You were concerned about the title triggering red flags. Is Nxivm cult?
I think it'd
bad?
be fine. I think
That's
it'd be
okay.
fine. Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta do confronting Nxivm cult member.
Well, that is good.
That is
I mean,
love.
it's true.
That's why
It's
love's
not really
the
a
best in the
debate.
game.
So confronting Nxivm
That's the game.
cult member.
Mm-hmm. That's powerful.
That's pretty
Uh,
good.
On Mark, should we put his full name or is that dirty? Because this is gonna show up every time first result for his name now. If we put his name in it.
I don't
mean,
think
it's not like
people
his
search
name
his
has
name.
any power in terms of search and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel so powerful.
What I was gonna say is confronting Nxivm cult member Mark Elliott.
I just don't know. You're right. All it really does is just kind of make it forever associated with him on the internet, and nobody knows who he is anyways. So I don't.
So how about
think it really helped.
confronting Nxivm cult
Nxivm cult
Hate
member
apologist.
on Keith Ramirez or
Yeah.
something, or just a. I don't know if Keith's name is important.
Hashtag
Maybe-
hashtag free
Free
Keith.
Keith.
here.
Hashtag.
Maybe confronting the on and then the title of or the name of the Netflix documentary. That has
Oh,
kinda
Nxivm
nice,
cult member from the Vow or something
Yeah,
like that.
He was in the Vow.
because that
He
has
was
a
in
lot
the
of
Vow.
clicks. That's a juicer title right there. SEO.
Okay, wow. So how about a Nxivm apologist from the Vow, or no? Cult
Confronting-
member. He's part. He's
Yeah,
in deep.
Member. Yeah.
Confronting Nxivm cult member.
On Keith Ramirez.
By the way, people
crime.
are saying curing your Tourette's. I thought about that, but I think YouTube might actually not like that.
Right,
type
that
of
actually. It's
medical
funny people are
misinfo.
suggesting that because that was our original title.
Yeah.
If we went with that, I feel like he would have suspected something fishy too.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't even think he was aware of anything. To be honest with you. I'm surprised that guy dude can breathe. He's got to like control every breath. Confronting Nxivm cult member.
And eating a Subway sandwich for 20 minutes.
Confronting Nxivm cult member
From the
who was
Vow.
featured on the Vow. From the Vow. Who was featured on the Vow? That's kind of weird.
I think just from the Vow.
Or just featured.
Or featured
Oh
in
shit.
the Vow.
No. Yeah, so this is how unaware he was, man. Look at this. He tweeted this shit out. Going live shortly on H3 Podcast to discuss FBI tampering in U.S. versus Ranieri and beating Tourette's. Again, he says in his tweet he beat Tourette's. What does that mean? You don't beat Tourette's. It's not cancer. You can beat cancer. You don't have cancer anymore. Tourette's is not like that. You think? Did he erase the tweet yet, or is it still up?
He probably erased it.
Maybe we shook him hard enough. He's gonna quit. He's gonna, wake up and smell.
still up.
He's gonna wake up. And
Maybe he just has the attitude that, you
still
know
up?
what, there's 40,000 people watching this live right now. At least one of them is going to sign up for Nxivm at the end of this.
I think he's
We
gonna
can make
wa-
one conversion.
I think he's gonna wake up and smell the vinyl chloride.
Right.
Confronting Nxivm cult member with Keith in the thumbnail.
We have Keith in
is
the
in the-
thumbnail.
Oh, thumbnail.
Yeah,
but
we
just
got
Keith.
that.
We have
He's the
both of them.
bigger part, yeah.
Confronting Nxivm cult member featured on in Netflix doc. Or why don't we say?
It wasn't Netflix.
What was the name of it? It was HBO. Yeah, The
Yeah.
Vow.
Oh, okay.
The Vow,
So
yeah.
HBO.
Featured in The Vow. You guys like that one? Confronting Nxivm cult member featured in The Vow.
That's nice.
I think that's
That's
it.
good. That's good. That's good.
Locking it in. Hit and save. There we are.
Also, with the LA Public Library card, you get access to Libby app, which is free audiobooks.
Really?
Yep. That's
Watch
so
out,
it's worth it.
Audible.
You don't have to deal with anybody jacking off. You can just listen
In
to
a book? Jacking off in a book?
You can just listen to it all on your app.
That's pretty cool. I stand corrected. The library is not just a place to jerk off in public. So much more.
No way. Look at this dono that we just got from Kendall Music. I'm playing a festival with David Guida. He's a super cool dude in June. And as your Boss Girl EDM DJ Fupa Trooper stan, they said Vogue. I'm pretty sure they meant Vow. Vow to show him the soundbite and get a shout out to the H3 family
Bro,
video
make it
for all you guys.
happen.
That would be one of the ultimate.
Make it happen.
Please. email it to me, whatever. Do whatever you got to do. That is so awesome if you can pull that.
Wait, who is this person, Kendall? Is she a Carter?
Apparently,
she has
Yeah,
40.
she follows us on Instagram.
She has 40,000 on Instagram. Kendall Music. Kendall Music.
Kendall. Oh, I get it. Like a Kendall.
We love Kendall. She's my favorite musician.
Well, cool.
Ever.
We love David Weed.
Make it happen, please, if you can.
Rock so hard.
What were we talking about? Okay, so yeah, confronting. You guys like that? Confronting Nxivm cult member featured in the vow.
I do like
all facts.
I like it.
I guess that's it then. Oh, did you update the thumbnail yet, Dan?
Sure did. Although it doesn't
show
look
me
like
the old
it's
one.
Stuck. Yeah, hold on. Let me refresh.
This podcast has rules. Can literally do anything.
Yeah. It's showing the new one. I think it just needs a minute to refresh on YouTube side.
Anything else we should? Today's Monday, so
today is Monday. You got a ep.
Can we
members
confirm
tomorrow.
Friday yet?
I assume so. On Friday, she said, let's wait until a day closer. And it's closer.
When can I confirm it?
Now.
Oh, I can say it.
Yeah.
Tana's on Friday.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. A solo app with
She
Tana
just said
Mojo.
closer to the day.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'm excited. We had, you know what I mean? That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Also working on getting Shirtless Eddie to call in. That'll be a real treat.
Making a little progress on that.
We've made
Still
contact. I've been texting him, so
Dude, what's your secret? How'd you get him?
I've been in his lives,
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
like, and I finally got him.
He's a true fan.
Smart.
Because he follows me and likes my TikToks, but he didn't respond to my DMs.
It's so funny.
He's been like commenting on the podcast TikTok account too, and like DMing there.
Dude, you had the right
Wait, who's
source.
them? You said DMing them. Isn't that you?
H3 podcast account. I said.
Are we unbanned on TikTok?
No.
Oh.
Let me start over. Who's he DMing?
The podcast
The
account.
H3 podcast account.
The podcast account.
Yes.
Right.
That's us.
Yeah.
Correct. We are the
How do you
Nxivm.
know that he's banned? It's banned.
Well, before the ban.
Oh.
Let me
And
finish.
it's
Well, why
been-
didn't you mention
been-
that? Cam says you've been trying to get a hold of him.
I
Let me
did
finish.
mention it. I think.
Oh, he mentioned it.
Love's been deep undercover with Eddie this whole time.
Anyways, we're gonna get him. We're gonna get him. I have his number. I just like first message him like, hey, here's my phone number. Text me.
I think he's in LA. Maybe we could even get a live.
Oh yeah.
I'll go
Dude,
shirtless with them.
He's a working actor, man.
That'd be so fun.
I'll go shirtless with him to Walmart or wherever he wants.
You want him in the studio?
Yeah. Well, I think it'd be fun to do a bit together at least, to go shirtless places.
That's my dream, dude. Can I be the person that says put your shirt on? And then
Sure,
you two-
I'd love that. I'd love that for you.
My big break in Hollywood.
I don't know. Okay, anyway, so that's it, guys. I hope you. This was a crazy episode.
Look crazy.
Holy smokes!
One of my faves.
I gotta go watch that back. That was wild. Well,
also program. Oh wait, no, it's next week, isn't it? I was gonna say about leftovers, but there is leftovers this week, but off the following week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hassan's
Hassan will
going
be
to Japan.
He's going to Japan. I'm jealous.
Who said he could take time off? Happy President's Day.
In Canada, the holiday today is Family Day, actually.
It's what day?
It's Family Day in Canada. That's their holiday today.
I like that.
So
All right,
happy
thank you
Family
guys.
Day.
See you on tomorrow for members. Members, we love our members. I'll be doing a solo ep for you guys tomorrow. See you next Tuesday. And then Wednesday, we'll be back as usual for Off the Rails. Thank you so much. Love you so much. This is Ethan from Subway, signing out.